Good morning, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to what is live stream number 26 of RoadCraft as we continue our journey through the game. Good morning, I hope you're well. We're back today for 3.5 hours as we continue on from yesterday's stream. Now, a little thing to note, I have put it on the community page. Today wasn't originally meant to be RoadCraft. We had scheduled in 3 RoadCraft streams and 2 streams of Death Stranding 2 on the beach. But we actually finished Death Stranding last week. And I wanted to finish off some side missions, but then this morning, last night, I was kind of thinking, well, actually, we've got Assassin's Creed Shadows next week. And my concern is, obviously, RoadCraft, we've just got back into it, trying to get, to the DLC. But with the DLC to Assassin's Creed Shadows launching next week, we're going to miss out on some RoadCraft time because of it. Whereas Death Stranding 2 is finished. It was just my kind of personal view that I wanted to see a couple of the end stories of different characters. It's not saying we won't do it. It's just saying I think we are better off with RoadCraft this week, especially with the Claws of Owaji DLC coming next week as well. I'm just trying to fit everything in. It's a bit of a nightmare at the minute, but we'll get there. E-Player, good morning. How are you? Hope you're well. Thanks for the like, with us. Much appreciated. So yeah, it's just a bit of an hour trying to fit everything in. But yeah, I kind of made that decision this morning. A final decision this morning. It's on the community page. I put it up a couple of minutes ago, about 10 minutes ago. Try and explain my decision as well. As I say, sorry, I'm just checking sound. But I think it makes the most sense based on what's coming up and stuff as well. And trying to fit everything in is a nightmare at the minute. We're doing our best. We'd be a lot further forward, obviously, if it wasn't for the 6 weeks. That's the thing. We've already had the vote to say we're not doing the new Ghost of Tsushima game on release. You guys decided that. That's absolutely fine. We've got a few things we want to finish off and do still in other games, and then we will have a vote for next main live stream game in the next probably 2 or 3 weeks, I would say, if things carry on the way they are. I think we'll be at that stage. Depending on also when the Mirage new DLC comes out. Obviously, for those that aren't aware, Assassin's Creed Mirage is getting a DLC a little while after the game released, and it was a surprising announcement. But it is getting DLC, which we will do live on release when it happens. I'm glad you're well, E-Play. Glad you're well. I'm not too bad, to be fair. Still struggling a little bit with the back, but in general, I'm not too bad, which is always a plus point. But glad to hear you're good. Right, I've done everything I need to do. Let's load in. So yesterday, we continued on the Deluge map, which we were on from previous. We built a road, set up several convoys, we did several steel beam deliveries, and we finished the stream by connecting a power line and delivering cargo to the substation as well. So we are getting closer to finishing the Deluge map. We started on 44% yesterday, and I think we ended on 60%, which I don't think is too bad. We are, 80 hours and 80.4 hours in. Wow. Okay. I didn't realise we were that long in, to be fair. So yeah, this is Deluge. We started on 44% yesterday. We ended the stream yesterday on 60%. Once Deluge is done, we'll move on to Sojourn, then Colonel, and then we'll do the DLC. We had a look at some of the DLC vehicles yesterday as well. We won't touch those until we hit the DLCs themselves. But there are some new vehicles we can use in the main game at the minute as well. But we're currently 15 of 24 infrastructure requests. So there was a change in the update when they did the DLC to infrastructure requests. They now disappear once they're there, which they're done, which is quite cool. But the infrastructure requests don't go towards 100% in the map. So it's one of those. Some of them are ingrained in missions, so it's not so bad. 17 of 28 completed objectives. So we have 11 more objectives to do. We're still on the second third of this map, and we've got 4 more side objectives as we've completed 6 of 10. But how much can we get done today is the big question. Hopefully quite a bit. I think we'll put ourselves in a good position. Yeah, I was at school. Yeah, I think we've put ourselves in a good position to get quite a bit done. I don't think we'll finish the map today, but at least we should be pretty close, I would say. We'll have a look at missions in a second once we load in. But we finished stream after just watching a convoy do its delivery because that finished off that mission as well. That was the last thing yesterday. And we'd just connected power to the power line as well. Just let the map missions catch up for a second before I do anything. I don't like pressing buttons while it's doing little bits like what's coming up in the middle of the screen, just in case I mess anything up. So one of the last things we did yesterday was actually get to the port and explore it, show it open. And now there's other things we need to do with that. This is saying we've got an infrastructure mission that's failed. Which one has failed? It says it's all operational, so I don't quite understand how that's saying that failed, to be fair. That's still running, supposedly. That's what it says. There's another connected electricity there. What's that one? Harbour Transformer. Ah, that's for the port. So even though that's not a main request currently, I think that'll be mixed to a main mission at some point. We can do it in advance if we wanted to. Let's have a look at missions though. So main missions, look for the missing barge along the shore. That's basically head over here and find the barge. Deliver the truck with the navigation equipment to the port. That's something we need to drive. That's all the way over in Fisherman's Isle, and then we need to drive it all the way over here. And then side missions, return the missing cargoes and tidy up the port. So we need to find 2 different objects, one there, and bring them back to the port. And then deliver deliver backup transformers to the power substation. So there's two transformers all the way over here at the production facilities. They need taken from there all the way to the main power substation over here. That's quite a long distance, to be honest. That's something we need to do as well. So we've got 4 missions to pick from. What do we want to do first? We're already at the port. I think it makes sense while we're already here, in all honesty, to go and see if we can find the missing barge, because we're already in the scout vehicle. We at the same time can hopefully find this missing cargo, so we know where to pick it up from at the same time. I think that would make the most sense. So let's do that, as like I say, we are already in our scout vehicle. So let's track that one. If you weren't already in the scout vehicle, it would be a different story, but I think it's already in it. Now, is there a way out? To the right. When I'm saying that, I don't think there is a way out that way. No. I think we have to come back out this way, don't we? Also, it opens up this part of the map that we've not looked at yet as well, which would help. Also in the comments, this is stream Crazy Irishman, let me know a few little bits. So, I was saying about having to switch on the roller now when you do roads, which we didn't need to do before. And he was saying there's electrical stuff inside the roller, which makes complete sense, to be honest. How deep is this? Oh, getting deeper there. So this is flooded, this road, by the looks of things. That'll change our plans in terms of getting stuff here, I think. Also the switching off, we did figure out how to switch off vehicles in the end. Not that I think we'll ever use it, to be honest. Obviously the difficulty modifiers are now there, but you'd have to start a new game for them to take effect, and we're not starting a new game. Okay, I don't know if I'm going the right way here, actually, thinking about it. Have a look. Okay, so we're trying to get through these trees here. This was what we saw. We were trying to use this road actually here. You can see it does connect to there, but I think maybe a bridge may be needed. There's also an abandoned building here, but it looks like with either a bridge or a dock, essentially there. I'm just thinking how else. There is a main road here to go, and there is also this bit over here to have a look at in terms of getting anywhere. This is where the missing cargo is. We've kind of bypassed that a little bit. Let's have a quick look, see if we can find the missing cargo while we're here. Because if we can see it, we know how big it is, we know what vehicle to use to come and get it. I think that makes the most sense. can we see missing cargo? I can actually use an object scanner when I think about it. We do have an object scanner on these, on the scout vehicles, so we can use that to send out a pulse every now and then, hopefully locate this missing cargo. Some metal there. I don't think that's missing cargo, but that they will probably... they're metal on the concrete. I think they're concrete, actually. Not that we need concrete slabs. Oh, there we go. That's the first missing cargo that we'll need to get. So we'll have to take one at a time if they're both the same size, as they are quite big there, to be fair. So we'll have to get either the Maul or the Veyron here to actually pick those up. Voron, sorry, not Veyron, Voron. Those aren't aware, they introduced a new vehicle in the last patch that isn't DLC related, and it is called the Voron, and it is very similar to the Mule in the terms that it has a crane on the back as well as a flatbed, which is what we've been asking for a while, because the Mule was the only vehicle that could do that job. So now we've got two vehicles we can now use for transporting stuff and picking stuff up at the same time. So pretty happy with that, to be fair. And we did test it out. It is one, I think the only stat difference is one better in stability than the Mule. That's it. I'm pretty happy with how it worked, to be fair. There's our barge. We have found the missing barge. And we found our missing cargo, I think. Actually, do I need to actually go to that point? I think I do. I'm going to get stuck though, aren't I? I don't know how close we need to get to that, but my concern is we're going to get stuck there. But we have found the missing barge. Why? There we go, done it. We just had to scan. Clear the area of objects. Okay.
Wow.
Thanks for the like, fellow. Much appreciated.
Where I'd expect to find the barge. If our heavy vehicles are going to get to it, you'll need to clear out the trees.
Clear out the trees. Oh wow, okay, we need to take down loads of trees here to get to this barge. And we're going to move these two as well. That's a big mission. We've got a sawmill we didn't know was there now as well. Okay. So this is still part of the same mission. We're going to clear out a range of driveway to the barge. Wow, okay. In terms of using a machine to cut the trees away, where do we have the nearest place that we can get a machine, get one of our trucks from? We've got an industrial base here. The industrial base may be the closest, to be fair, which is still a long way away. We can now see a bit more of the road though to get there, which isn't too bad. Still a bit of a journey. I think before we cut the trees away, let's quickly go and find this missing piece of equipment, as we know it's just further north of where we are, and then we'll come back and cut the trees down, and then we'll need a stump grind as well. So we may have a little bit of a journey on our hands to get both vehicles here, or we could put them both on our big truck and drive that instead. Now they've added the ability to actually strap your vehicles down on our heavy transporter. Maybe to bring both vehicles here, we do that. But let's go and find this other missing piece. Oh, a piece? Oh, missing container. Getting tight to get through this tree, isn't it? I'm not going to get through there that easily. What I'm doing is trying to see if we can find this missing container so we know where it is when we need to pick it up. A lot of trees here. I really hope it's not down there. Can I fit through that gap? Definitely can fit through that. I'm going to know. Too many trees, I can't navigate around them. I didn't mean to do winch. Attachments, scan. Yeah, we're not anywhere near where we need to be to find this. I didn't put handbrake on either, so we'll roll back. I did not really want to be on the edge of this. Don't fall down. We're going to fall down. As long as we stay upright, it's not so bad. If we fall down and go on our side, it'll be a problem. Okay, let's winch this, I think. Trying to pull ourselves up. Ah, this actually taking the handbrake would help, wouldn't it? There we go. Yeah, while the scout vehicle is not going to help with clearing a path or anything, so while we're still in it, let's quickly go and find this other piece of cargo. At least then that's another job. We know where it is, we just need to come and get it. Just trying to make our way through the trees is pain. Right, how close are we? So we just need to go head left, really, down here. But yeah, once we're with the cargo, it just makes our life easier to come and get it. So it's somewhere in here. Let's give it a quick scan. Anything show up? Doesn't look like it. Still in the search radius? Yeah, we're in the search radius. We're only on the edge of it. I think I can see it. There's a container there. It's got to be it, surely. Let's go and find out. We can see a container on the map, which makes me think it's there, in all honesty. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I nearly went off the edge. So that is our second piece of cargo we do need to come back and grab in due course. So what I'm thinking is we bring 2 bits of equipment over. We're going to cut the trees down, get rid of the stumps, make that easy. We'll need a crane over here as well to move these out the way, but that can wait a second. I won't be able to get all 3 vehicles on our truck. So we will go to the industrial base, as I think that's our closest one to what we need. We want our heavy transporter. We haven't done this since the update, so I've been told you can now transport equipment. You can actually put them on the vehicle and strap them down. So I'm hoping it works as intended. We will see. In terms of way out of this, we want to go down this way, don't we? So what we'll do is park up over here, put the back down, and then we'll drive both vehicles on and see. Hopefully we can strap them down and this won't be a waste of time. So toggle ramp. There we go. Garage, we want a stump grinder. So we've got 2 stump grinders, haven't we, here? I don't know. We've got the stump grinder there. And we've also got, that's the MTK 100M. We've also got, okay, why is only 1 stump grinder showing up? I swear we've got more than 1. I don't know what bracket they come under, to be fair. Trees, there we go, that would make sense, wouldn't it? So we've got the Amatsu Kite 3, 5252 in terms of stats. So it's meant to be better than the MTK 100. Are they the only choice of 2 we've got? Okay, have we got any other stump grinders in the shop, I wonder, that we haven't tried? money might be a problem. We'll see in a second. Log forwarders, log grabber. We can have those. Yeah, that's a good point. We're going to need to go and bring a load of trees back, aren't we? I didn't think of that. That's something we're going to need. We have to use a log forwarder probably. Stump mulchers. That's a new one there. That's the better version of the MTK 100M, but it's not as good as the other one by the looks of things. The one's 5252. That's 4232. So nowhere near as good by the looks of things. We've got that one already. The kite we've already got. There's loads of log forwarders to try. Lots of log forwarders to try, to be fair. So we might have to try a new one of those, to be honest. There's another tree harvester. That's a new one. I do like trying different vehicles. That's the thing. I know the Amatsu crayfish is the best thing since sliced bread, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to tree harvesters. What's that stats? That is 5244. It's a lot of money, that one, as well. We own one. 5244 4233. So that one's not as good. But we will have to try out these other ones, I think. Yeah, the crayfish is our main one. So there is another one to try at some point. But yeah, we'll stick to crayfish. In terms of, I think, our best bet for stump grinding, it says the Yamatsu Kite 3 is our best bet. In terms of stability, 5252. Yeah, that does, even if we buy the non-rusty version, it's nowhere near what that one is. I did struggle with this one though, especially on uneven terrain. So actually, I wonder if I don't actually think a bigger vehicle fit on with the crayfish. To be honest, it's a good point actually. We'll take the Amatsu Kite. We did struggle a little bit with it, just because I found when it's in uneven ground, it does struggle. But I just thought if we're taking both vehicles, this and the crayfish, I need to fit them both on the back of this. Potentially could be a problem. I want to move the arm up. There we go. What we'll do is put this on first, and then see if we can actually strap it down. Because I'm curious. If we can, brilliant. If we can't, there's no point. We can. Well, there's no straps on it. Let's go back to... I need to press the other button rather than doing this, to be fair. Oh, it is secured. It says you cannot enter a secured vehicle. Interesting. That's the first we've seen of that, to be fair. I just wanted to turn the engine off. But yeah, so you can strap it down. That's good to know. That's what we wanted to check. So, can we fit on the crayfish? Or do we need to take a more compact one? That's the question. The crayfish is brilliant, but it is not very compact. Let's see if we can fit it on the back. If not, we'll have to take a different one. I think it might go on. Especially maybe, I don't know if reversing it on might be better actually. See how we do here. As the rain starts. Deluge have had enough problems with their dam breaking and everything else. The rain doesn't help. Okay, that's as far on as that will go. Let's turn it off. I don't turn the vehicles off very often, but while they're on the back we should. Let's strap it down. No, the incorrect wheels position. It's because they're too far back. I think we need to take a different one with us. So that's saying that you can't strap down our crayfish. Incorrect wheel position. I think it's the back wheels because they're hanging off the edge there. I do wonder if reversing it on might be the better way. Because we can lift the arm up, is what I'm thinking. It's either this or we have to take a more compact one, which is fine if we have to. This is to speed us up getting there. Thank you for the like, much appreciated. Yeah, I still don't think it's going to fit. I think what we're best off doing is taking a more compact one. Now we have got the MTK MD76, but that is also a rusty version. So let's have a quick look at what else we've got in terms of tree harvesters. There's one here. It's definitely a lot more compact. Let's buy that. And we'll use that one, I think. Because I think that will fit on the back. It's nowhere near as good as the crayfish. Crayfish is 5244. And this is 4233. But it is a lot more compact. Which does make a big difference when you're trying to transport vehicles. I need to move the crayfish out of the way, ideally. Shouldn't have left it there, really. Go there. Okay, this should hopefully go on absolutely fine now. That's my hope. It's a lot slower than the crayfish, so I'm hoping not to drive this too far. But yeah, that's on. Okay, let's go to transporter. Can we now strap it down? We can. That's fully strapped down. So we're not taking the crayfish. Because we can't put on the back of the truck. It's too big. We're gonna take these two instead for the job ahead. So we need to come out of here, cross this bridge over here, and then from here we need to head north until we get round to here. Yeah, I don't know how far we're going to be able to take these vehicles on transport. Transport is not brilliant when we've used it in the past. So we may not be able to get too close. It does struggle in muddy conditions. But this will still be a lot quicker than trying to take them all and drive them there ourselves. That's the thing. You got to think how slow the grinder moves. And even the other tree harvester, that was quite slow to drive it on top. So even with that, I think this would take a while to get there. So this is a quicker way at least. And then we will need a crane as well over there by looks of things. I'm excited for the DLCs, especially using the new bridge layers as well. That's a new thing. I think could be quite interesting to use. You need to be careful a little bit, only because obviously the tree harvester is quite high. There is a potential for flipping us over if you're not careful. I did say this does struggle. Right, I'm guessing we're going straight here. Let's have a look. Yeah. We're going basically past the warehouse that way. Paul, good morning, how are you? Nice to see you again, how are you doing? But yeah, now they've added the ability to strap vehicles down onto your heavy loader. I think that does change things when it comes to moving vehicles around and stuff. Like a job like this would take forever to drive there ourselves. We have the vehicles on the back. Yes, we can't take the crayfish. It's too big, but there's other choices you can still make, which will still do the job. Go and fight with the warehouse landlord. Oh, okay. Going to be a great day. Well, I hope you do have a fantastic day, and I hope obviously the fight goes in your favour. No winch on this, is there? No. As I say, this transporter isn't the most powerful, but it's the only one that can do more than one piece of kit. But it's still quicker than trying to drive these ourselves, I think. Although we've got a bit caught up now in the mud. Come on. I'm not too sure what we caught on, but it's not happy. Very near I can swear on here. You can say some words in chat, but you obviously got to be a bit wary. Come on. Nudge it forward. This is the only road that leads to where we're going. That's the thing, from this direction. It's managing though. I will give it to the heavy transporter. It is managing. It's not the most powerful. And when you've got weight on the back, it really struggles. But it's getting there. It's still going forward. With a few stops in between. But it is still moving. So I'm pretty impressed by it. Definitely not the C word. Yeah, definitely not the C word. But by you saying that, I'm guessing that's what you would like to call the landlord. Okay, we are getting a bit quiet again. Can we move it? Just need to get some grip. The amount of wheels this has got, I wouldn't think the grip would be that bad, but there we go. I'm gonna probably wish I didn't go this way, but it gave us the grip we needed. Keep moving. I think it may have got us out of trouble there. We're stuck on something. This has got 8 wheels, and yet it's still struggling for grip. It is, the weight on the back is obviously causing some issues. Let's see how much in the mud we are. Okay. We can reverse. It does seem to be able to move backwards. I think there's a little hump that's getting caught on there. Let's see if we can head to this right hand side instead. That's as far back as we can reverse. See if we can get up here and hopefully get a bit more grip. There we go. If this had a winch, it wouldn't be so bad. We are expecting a lot of it with the weight on the back, to be honest. Yeah, it would. I kind of guessed by what you said that would be the case. Okay, this is something we just opened up here as well. At some point we may have to bring something here maybe. Alright, we're back. We're out of trouble. We're still moving forward. So we need to keep going now until we get to the Sawmill. And then past the Sawmill, and we need to drop off somewhere around here, I think. Whatever this building is here. We'll go as far as this can take us, and then we'll get the vehicles off. When we cut down the trees, we'll try and place them in a way that when we need to pick them up, we can just do it quite easily, hopefully. We could have brought our forward operating base, to be fair. But, and that would use fuel. I don't know why it's saying failed, as there's no rewards left. But we haven't failed anything, because there's no trucks moving, there's no convoys anymore. That's all done. So far, anyway. Right, we've got a bit of a waterlogged area here. This could be a problem. This might get us stuck. I'll try and go off on the grassy area here. At some point, I think this will need sand. Yeah, I knew that would be a problem. I thought we might be able to make it by going on the right hand side first. No, we're just making it worse. Can I go up here? Get grip that way. We can go up there. Can we get the grip? We can. Look at that. I have to give it full credit to the heavy transporter. I've said it's been really poor in the past, but actually it is persevering. Although we're getting a bit stuck again now. As I say, we are expecting a lot of it considering what's on the back of it. Come on. No, no movement there. We can head left and get some grip this way. Better, come on. soft mud there. If we have to unload the vehicles here, we'll do so. We're a lot closer than we would have been. And it's been quicker to get here than driving all individually, I think. Oh, there we go. No, spoke too soon. This really needs a winch, doesn't it, if anything? Low gear, you have a very good point. I always forget about low gear, to be fair. We don't use heavy transport because until recently you couldn't strap down vehicles on this. There was no point in trying to deliver vehicles on a transporter because you couldn't strap them down. Now you can. It does make a big difference. See if the low gear helps us here. It's trying. It is trying. There we go. And we've done it. Sometimes with these situations, it is low gear does help, but also perseverance and just trying different directional movements until you find the grip does make a big difference. But yeah, full credit. The heavy transporter is generally low powered for what it does, but it's done well to take both these massive machines to where we want. Well, not light machines either, are they? That's the thing. That has done very well. Better than I was expecting as well, to be fair. Say, we haven't used it very often because it's never been brilliant. Until they changed it, they added the update where you can now strap vehicles down. Okay. I don't think we'll be able to get this all the way to where we need to be, but I think we'll get very close. I need to have a look at the map. There we go, but I don't want to stop them in the mud. There we go, should be right there. Okay, straight on here. We kind of want to stop around here, so straight ahead. And then we've got to do this. We may be able to get, I don't know, we may get quite close, to be fair. The way it's behaving and performing at the minute, we may get close. Let's see. And then we've got to clear the trees. And then we've got to get a crane here as well for the barge. And the two containers in front of it. And they're moving. They did say we're creating a driveway. So I'm assuming we've got to move the barge in due course. Which definitely will be interesting. Okay. We're basically there, aren't we? To be honest. That's where the vehicles are going, just over that hump there. So, let's unload here. And that's plenty close enough. Obviously, I would like to have used the crayfish, but we couldn't fit on the back of the stump grinder, so crayfish will get a go another time. Right, let's clear these trees. I'm curious to how we're going to move the barge, to be honest. I'm curious how that's going to work. Now, we haven't used this version of this. Because this is a brand new one that isn't the rusty version anymore. So we're not 100% of how good this will be. I'm going to try and put these to one side. We'll process here. Say that if we put them all the logs in one place, it should be a lot easier to pick them up in due course. It's not bad though, to be fair. I preferred the crayfish for a while because it's really good at what it does. But actually, this isn't too bad. Stats-wise, it's a lot worse than the crayfish. But it's doing what we need it to. I didn't mean to do that. Let's process straight. As long as the trees are all close to each other, it'll be a lot easier to pick up. I'm rolling a little bit, that's not too bad. Obviously we've got to be careful with stumps now, until we get the stump grinder out. Yeah, the crayfish has always been our, well, since we got it, it's been the go-to tree harvester because it's brilliant. But actually, not too bad. I'm pretty impressed with how this is going so far. I did think this wouldn't be as good as it is. That's the thing, the stats, because they're not numbers as such, are they? They're just out of 5. I think they can be quite deceiving at how good other vehicles can be. And sometimes it's just a case of giving them a go and seeing how they perform. This can go alongside the others. So we're kind of making a line on this edge, and then we'll grab a log forwarder, which I've never had good experience with so far. I've always struggled with them. Hopefully pick them all up. We haven't got a use for the trees just yet, but if we need them, at least then we've got them. Especially if they're in a log forwarder ready to go. Keep feeling the handbrakes on. There we go. As I say, it's performing quite well considering. I don't think it's as fast for processing the trees as the crayfish. To be fair, all you need really from a tree harvester is the fact that you can cut down trees, and it's easy enough to get around different landscapes. There's not much more to it, is there really? Right. Yes, definitely so far so good. And this one's quite a cheap one as well. The crayfish is a very expensive vehicle. This was less than 20,000. I think it just goes to show that you don't have to always have the expensive vehicle. I think that's the big thing. Not looking forward to using the log forwarder though. I've always struggled with those. Showing up green so I can press the button to cut it without having to move. Smaller trees, the stump grinder will probably end up cutting down, to be fair, as it moves around. We're just out of reach, aren't we? Let's move forward a little bit. It's struggling to pick it up, and I think it's because we're just out of reach. We could, in theory, just ignore these logs and leave them here, but actually I don't want to waste materials when I know there's a couple of bridges we probably still need to build. I know we've got lots of concrete in stock as well from an earlier mission and convoy, to be fair, but it's always handy to have a choice. Can we reach that one? Yeah. Nice when you can do them without the move. LBs, good morning, how are you? Okay, there's still one in front of us here. We're going to grab that one next, and then it's all to the left, I think. We need to get closer before we cut that one, I think. I don't think we're close enough. Should be now, though. Really good. Good to hear. Good to hear. I'm okay. Yeah, still struggling a little bit with the back. I had a nightmare yesterday trying to do anything after streaming. I don't know what is going on. My other half's trying to work it out. It's not like anything's changed. My back is just horrendous. You're struggling on Mer, are you? I'm actually recording more SnowRunner this afternoon. We've got the episode going live on Saturday. Yeah, I'm actually recording SnowRunner this afternoon, so I'll be in Alaska later on. How is the Mer though, other than the struggle? What's causing you the issue? What makes it difficult? It's gone for that one. I didn't want that one. I want the other one. I'm facing the wrong way. Okay, so the controls are now a bit weird because we've turned this thing round several times. The controls are all gone all over the place. So forward is not forward anymore. Try and lift the tree up. But can't seem to at the minute. Okay. Process tree. Tree was too heavy for it. I suppose what I should have done with the first trees, if they're outside of this area, there we go, we can turn it around the right way now. If the trees are outside of this area, we don't need an SA pick them up now. We can wait until we actually need them maybe, but I think I've left some in the area. Although we could nudge them out, to be fair. Although if they're all loaded up, it does make life a little bit easier when we do need them. It's already done then, isn't it? The hardest region of them all when you start every road is blocked, just build every... Oh, really? Wow. Oh, wow. So it's a real test. A nightmare. That fills me with lots of happiness when I get there. Then I'm not looking. I don't know how many maps is that in. Obviously, Alaska's number 2. Is that quite a late game map, or is it a DLC map? Let's press this circle and take a handbrake off too early. Swing this round. Dump a small tree over in the meantime. Season 4. Oh wow. Okay. I'm a little way off them before we have to get to it. How many more we got left? I'll look in a sec. We've got one over here. I don't think we've got many more to do. I think we're nearly done clearing the trees. Then we just start grinding the stumps out of the way. Make this driveway. Is that saying it's done?
Now that you've removed the trees from outside the barge, we can get to the cargo. Let's deliver the cargo
to a degree.
repair materials to the concrete plant as soon as possible. After that, we need to get another production cluster rolling. That involves delivering cargo with resources to the production facilities and clearing the driveway next to it. You'll also need some steel beams to repair the nearby power lines so that we have a stable power supply. This last thing isn't essential, but if you're game to speed things up a bit, you could restock the supplies at Sawmill.
Oh, okay, so these trees have actually got somewhere to go. Okay, so they're saying we've cleared the driveway. Obviously, we've got to take the stumps down. Otherwise, it'll make our life more difficult with this driveway. Let's have a look at missions first. So, loads of missions showed up. Let's have a look at the side missions first. The new one, organise operations at the Sawmill. Oh, we need to bring 25 logs, 15 to this zone. Where's this one? And 10 to the warehouse. 15 logs there, 10 there. Wow. I'm kind of glad we cut down a load of trees here then. Because that's not too far away. That's just around the corner. Literally, we're here. Lots of trees here. Cut them down, deliver there, and deliver back over there. That's not too bad. So, that is something we need to do. And then, new main missions. There's 4 of them in total. Transport cargoes and repair materials to the concrete plant. So we've got to pick up these 2 cargo next to the barge and deliver them over here at the production. That's not too bad. We've got the heavy transport with us anyway. We could probably stick them both on that. Provide assistance to the production facilities. Sorry, I'll watch this. Hang on. What do we need to do for this? So clear the area in the production facilities of stuff. It's going to be those there, isn't it? We've got to clear. Deliver. So from the backup pump station, there's 2 items we need to pick up and then deliver to the production facilities. And then on top of that, repair the power line. So we've got to bring 5 steel beams to one power line, 2 steel beams to the other, 7 in total. And that's all we need to do there. So we're already here. The heavy transporter's here. We're going to grind these stumps away to make it easier. We'll get a crane in and try and see if we can put the 2 containers on the crane, on the heavy transporter. We also need to return the missing cargo to the port at some point as well. Yeah, I think that's probably our best bet. 2 containers on a heavy transporter, I think will go quite well. Whilst we're still here and we've got this here, what I think we'll do, there's another tree just to our right here. We'll grab this one, put it with the rest, stump grind the stumps. We don't necessarily need to grab the logs now. I think we'll do the crane first. But we know we now need the logs, and there's loads of trees nearby, so that should be fairly simple. Just need a log forwarder. I really hate using, but hopefully at some point I'll find one actually I'm okay with using. Currently I struggle with all of them. All the ones we've tried so far anyway. So I don't know how many logs we've got on the floor here, quite a few, but I don't know the exact number to be fair. Quite past the rock. But yeah, we'll grind all these stumps. There's no point trying to get a crane in with all these stumps here because it'll just be a nightmare. Makes more sense to try and get rid of as much as we can. There we go. And obviously this will be used when we need more logs then. It's already here, so it makes a lot more sense to use this one. So to put it out of the way of where the crane's going to come in, essentially. A lot more trees to our left, so we'll move it just to the left over here. It's not doing too bad for a really cheap tree harvester. I don't think it's done too bad. It's not as quick, I would say, as the crayfish, and it's not as its reach isn't as good, but it still moves pretty well. Handle the terrain, it's done what it needs to do at the end of the day. We're pretty happy with that. Okay, stump grinder. I'm really glad now we use the heavy transporter to bring these here, because obviously that's going to help us take these containers back to where they need to go, to be fair. I was going to do it in 2 journeys of the mule and the Voron, but actually don't need to. We can just use the heavy transporter. Right, the stumps on our left here. Why are we getting stuck? Kind of at a bit of an angle, aren't we, I think? Got a stump there. It's a bit of a dip there, I think that's what's causing the problem. Why have we not got rid of this small one here? I've just gone over it several times. I think it's now gone. Try and bring this up. Well, that's the small ones to our right, but not really in our way. Can't see. I can't zoom in, annoyingly. Can't see the stumps even very well. Yeah, I tried resetting the camera, but one here. Oh, it's not low enough. There we go. No. How is that not mulching it? Mulch is on. It's not mulching that one at all. Right, activate mulcher. There we go. I did say I'm not a massive fan of this mulcher. It's not the best one, but it was the most compact one we had. Although there's not much choice, to be fair. The bigger one we wouldn't have got on the transporter along with the tree harvester, so it made sense to use this one really. Don't think it fully cleared that stump, did it? Good there though. Stop. Nice compact machine. I don't know, I just struggle with it a little bit. Compared to the yellow one, which you can just, it swings down rather than having this. It's just easier to be more precise. But as we've seen, this one can be a little bit picky when it comes to some of the stumps. But now it's getting going, it's actually working alright. It just seemed to struggle at the start. Okay, stop on this side. Get rid of these two, and then we'll move it out of the way and go and grab a heavy crane. One more to go. I think it's just about all clear. Although he didn't tell us we had to remove these. Obviously we're trying to make our life easier. That made sense to do them. Move it down a little bit. Is that now gone? I think it is. I think that's all of it, to be fair. Other than the small ones to the right, which we don't need to worry too much about. I think that is all of them. Looks pretty clear, to be fair. Okay, so we'll go back to the garage over here, the concrete slabs facility. No, we're not. Industrial base, sorry. And we need a heavy crane next. Now, we've got the EPEC, or we've got the Zeeks. We haven't got much money, so there's no point looking in the shop at this point. 4334. 4355. That tells me that one's 10 times better then, surely. Right. Let's go and get to where we cut down the trees, and then we get these two cargo containers on the back of every transporter. I think it should be okay to take both, and then we've got to do the return journey back to here with them on the back. I'm pretty sure. Are they coming back here? I haven't got an objective track. Let's actually put an objective on, shall we? Where are we taking them? Deliver the truck? No. Is it that one? Yeah, it's there. Okay, so they're going there. So it's not quite to where we are now, but close. There we go. We really put the handbrake on before we look at the map and stuff. So yeah, then we'll bring those to this right hand side. We'll go past in a second. That's where they're going to be delivered to. A bit of speed to this once it gets going. That is a bridge we built a while ago now, to be fair. It's definitely going the right way. That road goes that way. What are these? Oh, there's power lines, aren't they? Just wonder what they were then for a minute. So yeah, over here is where we're delivering them. Does that mean we need to take them off? We'll need to get another crane over here to take them off, I think. There is a crane's not going to be able to do it. That crane does move only along this line. Yeah, we'll have to bring another crane with us once we're there, but we'll deal with that. It's not far to move one from the industrial base. So straight ahead, around to the warehouse. Yeah, we'll bring the other big crane out of the industrial base and bring it there when we're ready. Not like it's got very far to go, to be fair. This is all still part of the second third of the map story, so we've got a fair few bits to do. We were 60% when we started today, so it'll be interesting to see where we're at from the end. Interesting to see how the heavy transporter deals with the two containers on the back as well. It might be quite heavy for it, but then it managed with the vehicle we took over, so hopefully it's now proving its worth. Come on. Most of the vehicles do handle the terrain pretty well, to be fair. I did have a brief look yesterday just to see if there's any talk of any more DLC coming to this after the DLC I released last week. There's a rumour there is more coming, but no one really knows for sure. Hopefully they do. Okay, this is the bit we had a bit of trouble with the heavy transporter, to be fair. And churned it up massively. As I say, we may need sand there at some point. Although the crane handled it pretty well, actually. I think going down back that way with the heavy transport will be easier than coming this way. So hopefully the change I made this morning in regards to doing this instead of Death Stranding 2, I hope everyone's okay with. Like I say, it made more sense because of what's happening next week, and with the fact we've finished Death Stranding 2, there is just side things to do. Why is that saying over there? Oh, it's all part of a different... It's right, I'm just seeing what's showing up. It's because it's showing up all the missions, that's why. I was thinking, that's a bit weird. I know where we're heading, but yeah, there's yellow markers, which kind of normally are the mission you would tag. But despite the mission we've tagged being these two cargo containers ahead of us, other missions are showing up as well, which is a little bit annoying. I'm sure that didn't used to happen. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we never used to get that where you tag the mission. Right, we'll get obviously as far as we can with the crane. I've got to work out what we're going to do with the heavy transporter in terms of where we're going to put it. I think we have to bring it a bit closer. Okay, I think we're probably better off being sideways with this. So we don't want to be off the edge, but we want to be. We did miss a stump there by the looks of things. I think that's okay. It's all going to depend on where the anchors come out. We're okay. One of them's a little bit iffy, but it should be fine. Right, heavy transporter. Get you closer. There we are, really putting heavy transport through its paces for the first time, really. Hasn't been that useful till recently. So the change they've made, I think, is a big difference. I'm going to do this. Okay, that wasn't how I wanted to do it, but it worked. Just trying to get it a little bit closer. Hoping it can reach there, the crane wise. Should be able to. A decent enough reach. Okay. First container up in the air. Should we change the crane crane view? Right. First one is going on to here. Okay, let's get forward a bit more. Getting these in the right place is going to be quite important, I think. Obviously, we want the weight evenly distributed if we can. So the wrong way though. Why is that swinging? It's weird. There we go. It's on. First one done. There we go. Okay. It's not that high up, is it? There we go. It's a bit Yankee, isn't it? But we're there. Right. Bit back a little bit. Once you get it lowered down, it's a little bit easier to see. Since we're quite high up here. And bring it back a little bit. There we go. So, into the heavy transporter. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Do it that way. Strap cargo. We have them on board. I don't know if I'm going to make this turn, to be fair. Let's see. Driving over the logs, but it should be okay. I was more concerned about getting around this rock. Yeah, it's done what I thought it would. We need to go straighter here. I'm making the turn. We're allowed for that length. Not the best driving over the logs, I must admit, but I didn't take this into account when we were chopping them down. That's the thing. We didn't know this was the next thing we were going to do. Right, let's see if we can get these delivered without any issues. Obviously, we've already done this route with two big heavy vehicles in the back. And we made it. It took a bit of time, but we got there. Already stuck, actually. Find the grip. There we go. Sometimes it is just about letting it find that grip. Let's try a few different directions a little bit each way. And just letting it find it itself. And we'll get there hopefully eventually. Unless it's well and truly stuck. Turns back. Considering the ground is really uneven, it's doing okay. Normally we'd have grabbed the two smaller trucks, the Voron and the Mule, and just used those. And done two journeys, but actually doing this in one is definitely better in terms of time taken. Crane will probably be useful as well for the port. So I think we're going to clear some of the port up as well, and it's right next to where the crane is. So that crane is already near enough where it needs to be in position for using it again. So that makes life a little bit easier. I think as we've churned up a lot of this mud in the journeys we've done to where we were with the heavy transporter and the crane, and obviously you can see this bit hasn't been driven on in a while before us, hence the damage we've done to the surface. It's not too wet though, which is good. Did I actually strap these down? I did. Thought for a second I hadn't strapped them, but we have. The other thing as well I find is don't stop accelerating when you're struggling. Don't stop accelerating, because the movement is what helps. The minute you stop is when you're more likely to get stuck. Right. 600 meters away. Obviously we've got this next muddy part and water to contend with. We've struggled a little bit to get through that with the vehicles on the back. Going this way I think will be slightly easier. You can tell how heavy the cargo containers are. They've not got very much speed at all. Not that this is a really fast vehicle anyway, but I think it would be better than what it is if we had less weight. Right, can we make it up here without too many issues? That's an issue. There's a chance of getting stuck, to be fair. Yeah, it's not going. Okay, see if we can find the grip on this side. It's just spinning. So a lot of this is about perseverance and just trying different directional changes and see if that helps with grip. Yeah, I can't go back anymore now. May need to get the scout vehicles come pull us out here, I think. Yeah, got no movement back anymore. I did think the return journey wouldn't be so bad in this bit, but obviously we did get stuck here originally. Let's try low gear. I always forget low gear. Yeah, we've got nothing, have we? Yeah, we've got no movement whatsoever. Okay. Obviously, we did think this may be a problem. Let's go back to the garage. We'll bring one of our towing vehicles out. Now, we've got a choice here. This is what I'm not too sure of. Obviously, we've got the pike. We haven't really used this, to be fair. It can transport vehicles. Don't think it's got a winch, to be fair. Minimum rescue is probably our best, I find. But it is light. But then it can run in the certain mode that allows it to be really good. Let's try the minimum rescue. I think if that doesn't work, the other thing to use is our mobile base of operations. That's got a winch on as well. Obviously a lot heavier than the rescue vehicle, but rescue vehicle's done some surprising things in the past, so it might be okay here. And it shouldn't take us too long to get there, as this is extremely fast. But it has pulled out some vehicles and a half previously, so there's always a chance, especially when you use its actual recovery mode. So this might it doesn't need, I don't think we need too much to put it out. It is just a case of getting that first movement, and I think we'll be okay after that. Okay, let's cross here. Oh, I hadn't thought, is this water too deep for this? Try and go to the edge, I think, over to the left. I hadn't thought about the water being too deep for this, to be fair. I just assume we'd be able to get across and not think about it, but actually, it's a good point. Stay to the left, that doesn't make a big difference. Obviously, we definitely don't want this to get stuck as well. We're in low range, which I think is helping. There we go. So this isn't the heaviest of our scout vehicles, but this is the one I think will make the difference here. Okay, just coming up to where it is now. There we go, we can see it. So what we need to do here is just get it so we're reversing to it, and then we'll put it in towing mode and see if we can make a difference. Okay, actions. We want towing on. Let's see what happens. Okay. It actually might not be enough. I thought this would do it, but I don't think it's going to. Yeah, I thought this would be enough. Especially with towing mode. Not doing it at all though, is it? That is well and truly stuck in there. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do what I thought we'd be able to do here. Yeah, okay, that plan failed. Move this to the side. Plan B. Actually, let's just try one more thing. Take off low gear. I don't think that's going to make too much difference, we'll see. But definitely, my original plan did not work. Low gear's all well and good, but sometimes you just need the pure power. But I don't think it's going to work either. Okay. Right, plan B. There is a plan C if this next plan fails, to be fair. Which probably, I don't know if it will work, but we'll have to give it a go if we've got no other choice. So we have got our mobile base operations. That also has a winch. And is quite strong, to be fair. Which one is it? It's not that. There. The Khan Low Stanek. This is a mobile base. It also has a winch. So I'm hoping this can put it out. Yeah, auxiliary function is its winch. If this doesn't work, what we'll plan to see is to bring the crane from where it is by the barge to where the heavy transporter is, and potentially lift it to a degree and move it a little bit that way, and hopefully that's enough to get it moving again. But we'll try this first. I'd rather not have to move the crane because I think it's going to be fiddly. If we can't put it from the front, we'll have to put it from the back and see if we can move it that way. We'll get it out of there. It's just a build up of mud, isn't it? It's caused it. That's the thing. But we will get it out one way or another. Okay. Obviously this has got to cross that water section as well, which is going to be quite low to the ground, so we'll stick to the left again, I think, to avoid drowning the vehicle. We don't use the auxiliary base very often. It's not something that we kind of utilise, mainly because I don't think it's a real thing, is it really? In terms of being able to recall a vehicle to a set place. Oh, that's too deep. We have to really stay to this edge, I think. It's extremely deep for this. Not liking the mud either, to be fair. Worst comes worst, we can use the winch to pull us forward. I knew this was quite low to the ground, but I didn't think the water would be too much of a problem. But I didn't think that for the rescue vehicle either, to be fair. I was caught out a little bit by that. I just stumped that. Didn't see the stump till it was too late. Right, so watch out the water level here. Struggling a little bit, isn't it? Low gear didn't seem to make much difference there. We have churned up quite a bit with the other vehicles, that's the thing. And it is raining, which doesn't help. Add all these things together. I know the map's called Deluge, but the rain is ridiculous. Never ending. Okay. We are at our problem. So we'll attach to the front and try and reverse first and foremost. See if that makes any difference. And then we'll try towing mode if not. I'm pretty sure it says towing mode. It does have towing. Look at the difference though. Straight away there we saw the difference. I think we need to be forward facing. You can use the power of pulling that front part of the heavy transport off the ground. That's the big difference between this and the rescue vehicle in terms of power. Although I still rate the rescue vehicle as a brilliant truck. But obviously in this situation, it's just not quite good enough, is it? Right, let's spin this. I need to be further to the left ideally, I think. Trying to get this reverse up this up isn't an issue. Also the fact this has got a track maybe better in the conditions as well, to be fair. Right. Stop going that way. Right, can we reach winch there? There we go. We'll take this to towing as well. There we go. It's coming. All it took was this as a recovery vehicle. Look at that. I should have used that from the start, shouldn't I? But he did the job, it pulled it out. We can now carry on with our journey to deliver these cargo containers. I think that is better as a recovery vehicle for the heavier vehicles than it is as a base operations, to be honest. definitely, we know what to use in future when this gets stuck, don't we? Pulling power is immense. As I say, I don't know if that's the track that made it so much better to pull something out, or it was just the fact it's got loads of power. But cargo is still on the back. We'll get through this water section now, and then we're nearly there at delivery point. This mud though is getting worse with the rain, and the more we churn up the road as well. That's the thing, the more you use these roads or these tracks, the more churned up they get. We got any movement here? A little bit there. Come on, you find the grip. Okay. This is slightly higher than other vehicles off the floor, so actually going through the water isn't too big a deal for this because it's a lot higher up. So we won't have the same issue along the skirt at the edge. The only thing that affects this is the mud underneath. Again, just going to find the grip. I'm going to find some. Seems to the minute. Okay. Coming across this originally, we had to reverse every now and then, and we go to see if we can find the grip underneath. Obviously we can't see what it's like underneath. If it's just real thick mud, we're going to have our issues. The other vehicles did quite well going along the side, to be fair, so maybe, although we don't need to go to the edge because we're going to drown the vehicle, it's the most solid part to drive on. Might be worth trying to get to that bit. There we go. It's getting there. We can see ahead of us where we're delivering these to. But yeah, we now know what to use to pull this out of any situation. It's too heavy for the scout, but actually the mobile base actually works perfectly. You're not moving. Take low range off from here, give us a bit more power. There we go. So low range is good, but sometimes you just need the power. Keep yourself moving. We got any way out? This is not going to happen. Well, maybe. There we go. So we are making this worse the more we go on this route. Come on. Any movement? Really? Okay. Reverse too much there, we couldn't find the grip to reverse. No movement reversing now. We may need to go and get the mobile base again to pull us out. A bit of movement there. What this needs is a winch. We got any movement? We have to bring the mobile base operations across, we will do. I'd like to give the vehicle a chance to get out on its own though, instead of bringing a second vehicle in. The other way. Reversing that way, there's a bit more movement to it. I don't know why it zoomed out for me. I didn't mean for that to happen, but it's done it automatically. There we go. Have we finally done it? Thought we had it there. I mean, there's on that dry bit of grass ahead of us. That would make the big difference, I think. If we can just get on top of that. I don't know why it zoomed out. Just need that dry bit just ahead of us. Come on, find the grip. There we go. Takes a minute sometimes, but eventually, generally rescue anything. Okay. Delivery point's over there. I don't know where the way into this is, as we've not been there before, where we're delivering these. Let's just stop there a sec. Right, so the entrance is round this corner here, in this way. We'll get close to it and then we'll have to bring a crane over to actually take them off. So we're heading through that water. Right, okay. Try and go for this bit over here. Pardon me, apologies about that. That's the Lucasade. Right, I don't know how deep this will be. How solid is it under? Actually, not too bad. It's not muddy underneath really. It's gravelly, so that helps a lot. Yeah, it's gravelly underneath, so that does make a big difference. Right, in the gates we go, and then we've got to bring a crane over anyway to unload these. It's nice to actually use every transporter and actually manage to achieve something with it. It's one of those vehicles that we've just not had much luck with. Okay. Annoyingly, there's a big truck in the way there. It's going to affect us unloading these, I think. And this obviously doesn't have a crane on the back, so we can't unload directly. So we'll park up here, and we'll have to bring a crane across. It's annoying that doesn't work. This crane here only runs along that line there, doesn't it? And there's the track for it's here. It's actually quite short. It's here and here. That's no good to us either. So we've got an industrial base just around the corner. We'll head there. We need another big crane essentially. We won't use the one that we've already got out near the barge because we're going to use that for the barge itself. Not for the barge, for the port. So we'll get our secondary. There we go. A secondary crane should do the job. Making sure we put the right container in the right place as well. That's something we'll have to check as we go. So we haven't got far to take this. It's just over the bridge, and then we're near enough there. Okay. Yeah, the two containers. I've got to work out which one's which. I assume from this side there's no alternative way in, actually. Let's have a quick look. Yes, there is. Stop. We can use that entrance there. I did wonder whether there was an entrance on this side. And there is. Okay. Just because there's an entrance there doesn't mean that it's actually accessible, but I believe it will be. There we go. I don't know if I don't think I can do both bits of cargo without, because we've got to get past that crane. That's the thing. So let's instead just do one at a time. I need to move this a little bit because the anchors are going to be hitting the box otherwise. Okay, anchors on. We need to work out which bit of cargo is delivered where. If we open this up, this first one, so this delivery point here is that one. Okay, so the one in the front is the one we need to do first. We need to unstrap cargo. And the crane's ready to go. Camera. Bring it across. There we go, first one done. That's simple. I want to do... Definitely can't get the second one where it needs to go, as is. We'll go back to the camera. We'll leave the crane off set up, there's no point putting it away. We'll just go around the other side of this. All we're going to do is bring that forward and we should be fine to grab it and put it on. And that'll be mission complete, hopefully. Anchors. Vehicle. I'm not going to put the straps back on, we don't really need them on. There we go. I didn't mean to do that, we could have just changed it this way. Okay, we're up. Bring this over. Make sure we miss that vehicle there that we can't use annoyingly. Don't know what kind of vehicle that is, to be fair. We're in the box, but nowhere near the box. There we go. That is mission complete.
Looks like it's going to take everything we have to drain the water, and that means getting the backup pump station in top shape too. All you need to do is repair the broken pipes near the production facility.
The rain is really coming down now, isn't it?
For our maintenance crew.
Right. So this mission has now added more to it, which they tend to do, to be fair. So let's have a proper look at what else has been added. Replace 5 pipes and make an infrastructure route. What's the infrastructure route? Industrial base to backup pump. Okay, we need to make that bridge. That's something we need to do first and foremost then, by looks of things. And then... Wow, okay. Do a route to there. There's a lot of water. This is going to be an issue. Yeah, okay. That's not going to be a fun route to do. I think we may have get stuck a few times doing a convoy that way. First and foremost, though, we have to build a bridge. Also, what else do we need? It's 5 pipes to replace. Let's have a look. So 5 pipes between drainage and backup pump. Where's drainage is there. Okay, so it's along this route. There's one there, one there, one there, one by the bridge, and one over here in the swamp. Wow, okay. As I say, this mission has added more to what we're already doing. So we need to make some pipes, because we don't have any. Put them in the storage, then we can pull them out here. Like I say, what we can do while we're here is make the bridge. Let's design this bridge now. We'll use the concrete. Oh, we can't use concrete. It's not allowing us to. Only allowing us to use wood. Okay, we have got 4 in stock, which is something. Okay, I do prefer the wide wooden whenever we do a bridge, to be fair. Let's see. Okay, that goes across. I think that's pretty good. That needs 4 wood. We've got them in stock already, so that makes our life a little bit easier here. So, in the garage, we need either the Voron or the mule. Either one will do the job. Which one do we get to first? Where are you? There we go, Voron. Let's use the Voron then, since it's the first one we got to. Okay, storage is just round here. We need the 4 wood that's in storage out, and that'll be our bridge made at the very least. We'll set the convoy route up while we're doing other things. While we're doing getting the metal steel pipes made, we'll set the route off, because at least we can see what the problems are once it's on its way. Right, 4 logs. Obviously we can just chuck them in the back of this. We don't actually need, a lot of the time we don't need a log forward, and you can just do it this way. Don't think we really need anchors to be there, but we'll stick them on. Wrong button. It's because the thing is that there we go. Yeah, they're going to be long. We haven't got far to take them. That's the thing. So as long as one end is in, we're okay. And they will strap down as well. Put it back. There we go. 1. I like the fact that every log is a different size and stuff. They're not all uniform, the exact same. It's just a detail that I think is really good, rather than just make them all one generic kind of look. There's a difference to them. Let's spin this around a little bit. Okay, it wasn't quite what I wanted, but it's there. It'll stay there now. Once we strap it down, it'll be fine. Okay. I'm gonna bring this round, but it's hitting the crane. Alright, that way. Bring it around a bit more. There we go. One more to go. I still have issues with controlling cranes. Don't know what it is, I just can't. I'm not just not good with them. I don't know what it is. I just struggle a little bit with. Cause sometimes working out exactly where things are, I think, is quite tricky. The smaller cranes aren't too bad. It's some of the more fiddlier ones, I find. Okay, so we can now. Should be able to strap that down. There we go. Fold our crane, bring our anchors. So all we've got to do with this is just deliver these to the bridge, which is literally out them gates down there. It was just lucky we had the wood in storage, to be fair, for what we actually need. So we'll do this, set the route off, because without this the route can't start, and then we will have a look at making these steel pipes. There we go, bridge made. What we'll do is just move this out of the way, because I know that convoy is going to come this way. I don't want to be this in the way. Okay, bridge is done. So now let's set this convoy off while we go and make these steel pipes. Now, we don't know how easy this route's going to be, and I don't think it's going to be simple in the slightest. Why does that do that? Well, there's still pipe facilities actually here, which helps. We don't need to bring them to storage. Why is that saying that was such a tough start? Okay, out here, through this gate, through the water, which isn't going to stop it. All this main road is absolutely fine. It's when we start getting to the through here and on more onto a track, potentially we're going to have an issue. Although this doesn't look too bad. It looked a lot worse a minute ago, although this is the first issue. Where are we heading? Up there. I wonder if we should skip across here. It all depends on what vehicle they're using. If it's the Wayfarer, there's no way it's going to get across. But actually, I think anything else can. My only concern is if they're using the Wayfarer. We'll set it off and see what happens. If there's a chance we can get it across this way, this makes our life so much easier. Yeah, straight up, isn't it? I'd really laugh if this made it to destination first try without us having to do anything. I'm guessing we can go up there. Where's the actual road join? There's a small one there-ish. It's kind of, there is one kind of around there. I don't know how well this is going to go. Mainly getting up there is a bit trickier than I was expecting. Okay, we'll dispatch and see what happens. Right, in terms of what we're doing, we need to make metal beams. We need metal. Metal beams, sorry, I mean steel pipes. So steel pipe facility is here. We just need to find some metal and deliver it. We need 5 pipes in total. So what have we got nearby material-wise? Lots of metal around here. So we will use the Voron as is already here to pick up some metal along the way and get it delivered. You can see the convoys coming out in a second. We'll try and not get in the way of. I don't expect to do it first time. I expect there's going to be an issue and we'll have to solve it. We shall see. Right, they're not using the Veyron, so that does help massively. Not the Veyron, sorry, the Wayfarer. If they were using the Wayfarer, I'd be a lot less hopeful, to be honest. Right, metal. I thought there was some metal showing up here, to be fair. Couple of bits behind us and a couple of things over there. thought there was. I think they're the barrels, aren't they? Probably not close enough to be fair. There we go. Always better when you got anchors on, to be honest. Okay, it's failed. We knew it would at some point. That's fairly quick, to be fair. Right, where we got to? Oh, the vehicle turned over. It flipped there. Okay. Let's move it slightly that way and see what happens. It'll start there now. Seems to be making progress there. I don't know if there's some rocks there we didn't see. Obviously, from above, the map doesn't show us all the defects. You can always see things differently once you're close up. You see it's skidding a bit though, to be fair. That's not the easiest bit to navigate then, by the looks of it. It's made it past where it was last time. And it's still going strong. They're doing better than I expected them to be doing, to be fair. I thought we'd have more issues than we've had. So, pretty happy with that so far. Right, we keep going these drums. So 5 pipes is what we're after. I thought that wasn't going to go in then. Are they metal to our left as well, or are they concrete? That's the question. Okay, it's failed again. Okay, it's kind of gone. Oh, I know what it's done. It's kind of gone a bit too sharp by the looks of it. So let's go there and try again. As I say, we can't always tell what it's going to have problems with. They're skidding around a little bit, which I think is what caused that to go that way. Now they're on a proper track again for a little bit. Seems to be okay. As I say, anything but the Wayfarer has a better chance. I'm impressed they made it that far, only 2 issues so far. Another one there. Yeah, just need to see if they're metal. I don't think they are metal looking at it. Let's have a look. They are showing up as metal, aren't they? They look like concrete to me, though. They are the same blue. Although concrete's similar, it's more of a grey though, isn't it? I think they are metal. Up close, they don't look like they are. Or maybe they are, actually. I honestly thought they were concrete. I think they are metal though. Or are they? Hang on. That might not be metal. It is blue. I don't know if they are though. Can't see close enough if they're the right blue or not. They may be. They might be. We'll track them in. It just won't. They won't disappear if they're not. That's the thing when we go to where we're taking them. I can't get to the other one. Hang on. We can go lower though and pull it towards us. There we go. They're concrete. They're not metal. They're definitely concrete. Looking close at them, you can see the steel bars inside making it and holding it together. So we'll have to get rid of those, but they're already on board. What we'll do, in case I'm wrong, we'll take them and just see what happens. But I've got a feeling they're concrete, even though it shows up as the same kind of blue as we need. Right, where are we delivering these? Steel pipes are straight ahead. through that gap ahead of us. Plenty more metal around, so if they don't count, we'll just give it and grab some others. Is it? I made it. The route made it. It just popped up and ticked. So we had 2 problems and that was it. That's not bad going, to be fair. Okay, so it won't take those because they're concrete. Okay. They did have a similar blue. So I did think they might be metal, but they're not. Okay. So we need to dump those out. There's some proper metal here, though. That is proper metal. We can drag those, to be fair. Just need to move these out first. But yeah, we'll end up dragging those, I think, them pipes. Now, my only concern is if I block one of these, will anything come out of it? I don't think it will. Yeah, they definitely look like they were blue, but then once you get a close look, you think, actually... As I say, they are definitely metal there. So, what we need to do, if we quickly fold crane, change camera, anchors, and then get the crane back out. I want to get the top one ideally first. Change camera. What I want to do is lower that crane. The idea is we're dragging this behind us. Because all it's going to do is go to round here. That's the thing. It doesn't have to go too far. And they drag pretty nicely, actually. Okay, that's that one done. Yeah, that's not too bad to do that. We can do that with all of these, hopefully. Got 1 and a bit pipe so far. No, wrong one. That'll do. They're quite light, so they do move fairly simply. I think that means there's not much metal to them. But, so we might need all of them to make what we need. We need 5 pipes in total. Yeah. Yeah, there's not much metal to them. It's not 2 of them have moved on 1 pipe yet. So there isn't much metal to them. But we'll clear them and use them all. Not close enough. Yeah, definitely needs. We'll need more. Alright, 2. We need 5 in total for this mission. We've got 2 so far. And then I suppose we're going to use the Vey one to actually install them as well for the first time. Normally we do use the mule, to be fair, but if you go select what I want, there we go. Yeah, the mule is normally, I say, a go-to before they introduce this one. And we haven't tried installing pipes before with it, so they're a good test for it. Just seeing there's some barrels over here as well. You're not going to let me pick them up, are you? I'm not close enough. Okay, so that vehicle, that route has just failed. The main mission of that route's done. It's just a case of now it's the extra bonuses. So 600 experience per truck plus 1,800 credits per truck for money. There's only 3 trucks needed to get all of that done, and it failed there. That's fine. What we'll do is just set it off again. One minute, let me just set it off. Not telling me I can set it off. Oh, vehicle is stuck. Right. Why can't I just... Normally, you just set them off again. But it's not letting me just set it off. That's weird. Space Viking, good morning, how are you? That's really weird. Normally, you'd just say, yeah, go again, and it just resets it. Don't tell me I've got to go and get the vehicle and set it up. If need be, we'll leave it for a minute. It might be because it's part of this mission and the first part's done. So it might be because of that, maybe. We just see these metal drums just sat there, so I thought, sod it, let's grab these quickly while we're here. And then we'll keep bringing the pipes over. It's not like I've had to move them far, is it? Okay. Let's sit it out this way again so we can pull what we need over. Right, we've made 3 of the 5 so far. 2 more needed. So far today, I managed to get 2 missions done as it stands. I think it was 2 in total. And depends how it counts them, that's the only thing. Won't give me that one because it's blocking it. Won't give me the one at all. There we go. Yeah, there's not much metal. Normally when you take pipes like this you get loads of metal from them. These ones you don't see much. They are broken and hollow, so maybe that's the case. They're not very thick, hence why we can move them so easily, to be fair. Alright, last one of the actual pipes then. Then we'll need to go and find some more metal. There's a couple of drums there as well we can use. There's one actually just here, right as we drive past it. Good, glad you're good. There we go. There's a steel drum just here as well. Bring that across. See some more metal pipes behind us actually. Oh, there's a metal pipe here as well, look at that. We'll just drag that through as well. I'm not going to try and pick it up. They're generally quite heavy, the big ones like that. So we'll drag it across, it should roll. 3 o'clock in the morning for you, is it? Whereabouts are you based? I'm assuming America, Canada, that kind of way for 3 in the morning. See, for me, it's half 10 in the morning for me. There we go, that one done. It's not giving us much metal for what we deliver, is it? Normally, you get a lot more metal, I feel, from these. I wonder if that changed in the update. That you need a lot more metal to make stuff now. I swear we used to get a lot more than we're getting now. Right, 4 made, we need 1 more. There's some more pipe over here. This is the easiest way of getting metal to a location that we've ever had. Everything's nearby and we just need to drag it. Normally we'd be loading and all that, but we don't need to do any of that. Okay. Getting there. Depends on how much we need. Canada, oh, okay, Alberta, Canada. Yeah, we've got quite a few subscribers from Canada, to be fair. Join us occasionally in the mornings when they can't sleep. Why are you up so late tonight? Is there a reason you're up or just you're up? Okay. 2 or 3 more of these and I think we've got the 5 we need. That's the last pipe there. No, there's one more behind that. Don't know if it'll fit through that gap. Yeah, it will. Okay. I think there's one more pipe over there, but I don't think it's fully enough to get the 5th one done. Yeah, that's the last one. It won't be enough on its own though to give us what we need. I think we need something quite small to finish it off. Yeah, there we go. Still need something else. Are they metal over there? Or they... I don't know if we'll be allowed to take those. They look like there's some barrels here though. Yeah, they're just representing storage, aren't they? And in fact, what we do is we might as well keep dragging them across. No point trying to load ourselves up. We can just drag them. Been up drinking, have you? Okay, makes sense. I hope you had a nice time. Right, how many barrels do we need, do we reckon? That's not close enough, is it? Not quite in the zone. Is that enough? Yes. There we go. 5 steel pipes done. So we'll take out 2. We'll load those up now, and we'll go and get those first 2 done. We need to fix 5 of these in total. And we've also got that vehicle to go and try and get up and running again, I think. Okay. Go up towards us a little bit. Okay, 1 is in. Then we'll do 2 now, and then we'll try and do 3 in one go, which we knew we've done before on the mule, to be fair. We know it's doable. Just haven't done it with this vehicle before. Thank you for subscribe. Much appreciated, Space Viking. Much appreciated. We enjoy the content on the channel. Thank you for liking whoever that was. Much appreciated. We've got our episodic content coming back this week. We've had a real struggle to keep on top of it, but it's back this week. So there's 2 episodes of Far Cry New Dawn. That continues, and I'll just take the 3rd one now. I wasn't going to, but let's do it now. And the SnowRunner at the weekend as well. And then hopefully in the near future we'll get back to all of their episodic, which currently everyone votes for. A lot of what we do on the channel people vote for. You guys make a lot of the decisions. And Metal Gear Solid 2 is coming up episodically, and Wreckfest. We need to get back on. What kind of games do you play, Space Viking? No, don't do that. There we go. Cargo strap down. Okay, let's have a look at where we're going with these. I think we go furthest away and come back on ourselves. I think is probably our best bet. I still can't do anything with that. I think we just need to turn him over, to be honest. We'll try and go past him, I think, to sort that out. Which one of these are we on? That one. Okay, so hang on. Yeah, we're currently here, so it's between drainage and this down here. So we want to head. Have a look. I swear, hang on. I kind of feel like I'm looking at the wrong one. It is Backup pump and drainage. We were looking at the right one then. Drainage is there. We're currently here. So we're going to head... Let's just check where we're going first. So, don't have to do up there. That's fine. Down here. So, there's one there. One where we put our bridge. One here. And one there. And one there. Okay. So, we've got 3 on board currently. So my thinking is we head over to the swamp, do that one, do the bridge, and might as well do that one first, because it's right next to where we are. So we'll do that one as well, and then we'll take 2 over to where the drainage is, and do those. Saying that, actually, no, we're over here, aren't we? Yeah, we're over here. I'm getting confused where we are. Yeah, I am getting confused where we are. We're over here, so actually... No, we're not. We're here. I am getting confused. Yeah, so we'll head straight over to the swamp first. We'll also be able to have a quick look and see what's going on with that vehicle that's overturned. And see if we can help them out as well. I was getting really confused where we're going then. I've never played Truck Simulator, to be fair. I've seen bits and pieces. It does look really good. I've never played it. Simulator shooters and sandbox. Nice. Yeah, I'm really into my simulators myself. Alongside, I don't really do shooters, but RPGs. We do quite a few franchise runs. Far Cry is a franchise I've been doing for a while now. So first-person games, RPGs, simulators. We do quite a variety, I would say, to be fair. We've also, because we let people vote and help us decide what we're doing, we've done Elden Ring as well, things like that, which aren't normally my thing, but I've really enjoyed doing them when they've won the vote. Okay, we've got to get across this swamp. My only concern is it's a swamp, to be fair. I wonder if we can edge around the edge here. It's probably our safest bet, I think. See where the pipes are. Just think that swamp is going to be horrendous for us to deal with. We'll see how far we can get. If we get stuck, we get stuck. And we'll deal with that when it comes to it. Don't know how bad the swamp is going to be. Deep. I'll give you that. The Voron, though, isn't too bad of it. I thought it might struggle more than it is. We've only got one pipe to replace here. Although we're too tall to get through there. Okay. See the pipe ahead of us. I can actually see where the broken one is, to be fair. Truxton is the best. You like Star Citizen? I've never played Star Citizen either, to be fair. We'll have to give Truxton a go, to be. Isn't there a new one coming out, I think? Trying to get past these trees. Okay. Try and find a way through these trees if we can. We get the turn to make it round. We'll now just manage to knock a tree over. Okay, go that way. And then it'll be tight down here. There we go, trees are going to fall in, that's what we want, that'll help us. Right, straight ahead, that's the pipe we need to replace. Obviously we've got a fair bit of weight on the back with the pipes we've got on as well, which does affect things. Okay, anchors are in, pipes there, yank it out, come on. There we go. Pipes away. We don't need the broken pipe. We should really take it back with us and put it in recycle it into another steel beam maybe, but I'm not too worried about it at the minute. Okay. This is the first time I've used this vehicle for this job because, well, the vehicle's new. Normally we'd use the mule, as it's proven to do really well at this. Well, I'm not pressing on the green until it's actually nearly in place ourselves. I don't like cheating. There we go. First one in. Yeah, I could take them back to previous side. The downside is I'd have to put it on top of the ones we need out, so which I kind of see is pointless. Oh, is it just updates? I saw it advertised the other day. Maybe they'll just advertise the DLC then. I did see something about it that made me think about it. Right, whilst we're here, if we can keep going forward, I want to go and quickly see this vehicle that's supposedly overturned and just see if we can get it turned back over. I say that, but this is looking quite tricky to get through. I really don't want to get ourselves stuck, that's the only thing. Swamp is not easy to navigate. Put low gear on to see if that helps. The big trees that have fallen over there. I will say, and this is, I've said it a few times with this, the details, the roots on the trees. It is the details that really make this stand out, I think, at times. Not many games you see the roots on trees and the smaller roots alongside the big one. Not many games have that detail. But yeah, I'll have to have a look at it. I'm more than happy to add it to the vote. It's not something that's been come up before, to be fair, or has been suggested, but we'll add it to the vote. More than happy to have a go. I really want to get into construction simulator. I've just not had a chance to do it on the channel yet. I'll probably end up being episodic, just because I can't see it ever winning a live vote. But so 8 hours in it. You put 8 hours in today? Wow. I do know a couple of people that do play it. They've got the steering wheels and stuff, and they really enjoy it, to be fair. Sadly, I can't have a steering. Well, I can have a steering wheel. I can't have pedals because I can't use my left foot. So we can't ever really have a racing rig or anything. Okay, we're only checking this way over because we know there's a vehicle overturned, and I want to see if we can turn it back over so it can continue its route. Otherwise we'd go back to the next pipe. But while we're here, it makes sense to have a look. I'm not seeing a vehicle though. Now my concern is with this vehicle, so because it's part of this mission, but the first part of the mission has already been succeeded, the next vehicle that normally comes out and continues that route, that convoy, so you have all the rewards, disappears when it breaks down normally. So my concern is it's already disappeared and we won't see it, which means we can't turn it over. And I think that's the case. We stop here a second. Where is it meant to be? Okay, so it's meant to be on our left, but it's not there. And I can't restart this route either, which is really unusual. I think it's because it's still part of the mission. So until the mission is complete, we don't think we can restart that. But there's no vehicle there. We look to our left. There's nothing there. So it's because it's part of the mission, it's kind of got itself a little bit confused, I think. And it's saying that we need to overturn the vehicle, but it won't let us just reset the route like it does normally. So hopefully at the end of the mission it will sort itself out and we can then get that back up and running, but we'll have to leave it for the minute. Not had that happen before, to be fair. That's something different. Normally when a route fails like that, you just reset it, and they either start from the beginning or start at the last point you move around or mess with. But normally the option is there to reset it. Right, our next one we need to fix is the one on the bridge we made. That's the next pipe we're going to fix. We haven't driven any of this bit actually before now. It's our first time over this side really. That's water. Where are we going from here? We need to head left, back round that way. Probably better off going closer to the swampy bit. To be fair, it does show there is a bit of a grassy patch we can traverse. Hopefully, try not to turn ourselves over. Although this, compared to the mule, has one better stability according to the stats. Not really noticed it massively yet, the stability bit. The mule was fairly stable anyway. Until we took a corner really sharply with our overloaded load. Then it wasn't so stable. But so how long have you been playing Truck Sim for? Have you completed just about everything on it, or still got loads to do? I know a few people that play it and they really do enjoy it. Okay, next pipe is here. Anchors away. Camera change. There we go. Right, in terms of where to dump this, I probably will put this one in the back of the vehicle and recycle it, but let's get the one out we need first. Just so, because I've got nowhere really else to keep it. So I think it's better we recycle that one. You never know when we're going to need more, that's the thing. I think this is the first replacement pipe mission we've had on this map as well, to be fair. Which tells me there might be more yet. Because there are a fair bit of pipe work around. Are we close enough is the question. I don't think we are. I don't think we're close enough. I can get it in there, but we're fairly close. Actually, we can spin it. There we go. There we go. It was close enough. We were just about there. Right, we'll chuck this in the back so it can be recycled. Just conscious that we probably will need more pipes at some point. 5 years, wow. 350 hours, that's pretty good. Do you have a rig or do you just play controller or keyboard? I wouldn't, to be fair, I play mainly PlayStation. I do play a few games, not on the channel, but on myself, on PC. And I'm not brilliant with the keyboard controls, so I generally don't play games that need keyboard controls, to be fair. Still lots to do. Oh, that's good though. It's always good when you put that much time into a game and there's still lots to do. I like that. It's like SnowRunner. Really enjoy SnowRunner, and it is because there's so much to do. And it doesn't become monotonous. That's the only downside. When you've got a game that has quite a lot to do, we've got to go through here, take a right, and don't go there. The next one. When you've got a game you can put a lot of hours into, it can become monotonous, and I think the sign of a good game is when it doesn't become monotonous, when it's still enjoyable after hundreds of hours. We had it with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We got over 300 hours in that, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it, to the point that, you know, 300 hours didn't feel like 300 hours. Where is this one? Okay. This looks trickier than I thought, this one. Thought it'd be simple, but actually it's up there. Okay. Yeah, that's not an easy one to get to, is it? We may need a bigger crane. Or even that's going to be tricky, I think. We've got to get to that one. Yeah, we may need a big crane for that. I don't think we're going to reach it with this one. I'm going to see if we can get up there first. Can we get up the slope? First question. The little concrete barricades may cause a problem. Let's see. No, we drive straight over them. They look a lot worse than they are, to be fair. Can we get up the hill, though? That would be a no, wouldn't it? Okay, kind of got ourselves a little bit stuck. Okay. Use the crane to our advantage. Push ourselves off the building, maybe. Can I reach the building? No, can't reach the building. Okay. We'll do. Just gonna push ourselves off the side here. There must be another way up that I didn't see. Because we can't, it's too steep for us to even try and get up there now. You got G29 wheel, oh nice. Yeah, I used to do a lot of farming simulator, to be fair. Mainly in my own time. We have got a small series on the channel a long time ago now. Okay. I want to try and get that to just go against that while we try and reverse. Let's see if that gets us over. No. Well and truly stuck here. Yeah, I've well and truly messed that up. By the looks of things. Don't think we'll reach the ground here, will we? No. Oh, that's a good shout. That's a very good shout. Yeah, no, they don't even reach. I'll have to pull out. Look, oh, there's a bit of movement there. I think it's the angle where only two wheels are touching the floor, essentially. It's not an issue. We're still going to need a bigger crane no matter what, aren't we? I think the way up is actually over here. Well, I still think we need a bigger crane. So, what we need is... I want... There's got different cranes. We've got so many different vehicles in different places at the minute. Let's see if we've got to get one of our big cranes out. But I don't want the one that's near the port. I think that's near the port. Near the barge, yeah. So that one needs to stay there, essentially. I don't want to move that away from where it is because we've got stuff we need to do with that one there. So we'll call out the other one. As we do have two big cranes. The small cranes, small mobile ones, I find rubbish. So we don't really use them, to be fair. Luckily, this is all near our garage, so it's not too big a deal. It's all happening right near where the garage is, so it makes life a little bit simpler. But yeah, we'll pull it out with a big crane, and then we'll go up and see if we can see where we need to do this. Left, round, yeah. Trying to see where we're going to get to. And then we've got two more pipes to do after this one, but they're further around towards the drainage. And I'm guessing that will reduce the water as well in places locally to here. That should take some of the water away as well. Okay, there's our vehicle. And then I think the way up is kind of here. Yeah, you can see it. That's the way up. That makes more sense, to be fair, looking at it. Come on, you can get through that gap. There we go. Probably will end up trying to drag this, I think. Don't want to tip it over if we can avoid it. Although to be fair, we can probably drive it there. Let's put that down. A swap vehicle. I think we've done enough so we can now move it. Anchors. Frames away. Yeah. Yeah, we're all good. Okay, can we get to it from here, or do I need a big crane to do it? I think actually we can do it from ourselves. Yeah, we can do it ourselves. You can actually get on top of it, look at that. Big crane not needed. Other than to save us, we don't need the big crane. You can use wheel on this, yes. Yes, I'm pretty sure you can. I'm sure there's an option for it. Yeah, steering wheel. There we go. So you can have a steering wheel on this. And you can change all the settings on it. Brake sensitivity, friction, and all that kind of stuff. You probably know more than me about all that stuff, since I can't use a wheel. But yeah, so you can use one. Okay. Put ourselves in position. I don't know if they're going to work. Oh, they are. They're good. There we go, we got it out. Again, we'll recycle this if we can, but if it falls down, we're not probably going to try and retrieve it. Stay there. That's what I didn't want you to do, is roll off. Stay there. Stay. Right, we'll stay there now. We don't have to recycle it, but I do think we're going to need more pipes, so it just saves us a job later. Have a few in stock is always good. Right, let's bring this round. So I'd like to get it near enough in position if we can. That's as close as we can get it though, to be fair. Okay, 3 of 5 done. 2 more to go for this mission. So what we'll do, we'll quickly recycle these 2. We won't need to unload it, we'll just take them from the back of the truck once they're unstrapped. Oh wait, I do struggle with my crane still occasionally, like that. Crane is too close to it. There we go. Spin that way. In you go. Okay, let's get them strapped in. Crane is folded. Anchors away. Right, we're just going to get down off of here without messing up and rolling ourselves over. Still got wrong camera on. Okay. I think we've got to go down to the right here, but I don't want to roll. No any concern. Quite a steep slope. Tree there as a safety. There we go. So we did need the big crane to come and help us, but we have got 3 of those done. Quickly go and recycle these 2. Am I going the right way? Yeah, it's right here, isn't it? Yeah, no worries. No mind looking. I can imagine this being really fun on a wheel, to be fair. They've also added new difficulty modifiers, which we can't use unless we start a new save and start from the beginning. But the new difficulty modifiers give you a completely tailored experience to you. So at the minute there's no damage. That's how the game released, with no damage. But you can actually put damage on now. Okay, so that's giving us half a pipe essentially. Right, we need to pick the 2 more pipes up from here. And then we've got 2 more to go and do. Right, let's get these loaded. And these will take us away from this facility a little bit to more towards the drainage facility. And then this mission will be done. So much still to do on this map though before we're done. So this is map, this is the, I can't remember what number map this is, to be fair. But we've got this map and 2 more for the base game to do. And then DLC maps on top. So we're quite a way in, we're 80 odd hours in to be fair. There's still loads to do though. We do try and 100% the maps though before we move on. So it'll just take a little bit longer because of that. And I always say whenever you stream a game, it takes longer than if you're just playing normally. Mainly because you stop and chat. Joysticks would be interesting, yeah, especially with the cranes. That'd be quite cool. Okay, so we've recycled those 2 that we just did. Let's see where we're heading. So over here towards drainage. We've got a broken one there. And where's our last one over here? Oh, that's actually in a hole. Okay, so we need to head across the bridge into the production facility and concrete slab facility and replace that one there. That'll be our 4th of 5. Okay. Don't have to go straight ahead, can I? No, fence there. Always forget to take handbrake off and then wonder why we're moving so slowly. Okay. To be fair, it's not too far away, the next bit. Which isn't too bad. Round around. At least it's not raining anymore at the minute. There's constant rain on this map. Well, to be fair, the name of the map is Deluge. So you would expect the rain to some degree. Okay, so just over this bridge on the right hand side will be the rain. I said about rain, didn't I? And now it's just starting to rain again. I wish I hadn't said it now. Yeah, I think SnowRun obviously is pretty good with its ground deformation and how that works. But this takes it one step further. The amount the roads degrade, the more you use them, is incredible. And the level of detail as well. Okay, this pipe should be further around here. Where is it? Okay, just actually around this corner. I was doubting myself where the pipeline was, but it's just around this corner. Or at least I thought it was. I've gone past it, haven't I? I have gone past it. How did I go past it? I'm actually not seeing a pipeline anywhere. It's a bit disconcerting. I know why. It's in a hole. I reckon this is in a hole. You just see some cones there, which made me think, yeah, there we go, look. So there isn't one to replace. There's not one already in the hole. We just need to put one in its place. I was thinking, I can't see it in the air. I can't see it on anywhere else. And then I saw the cones and thought, yeah, there's a hole. Okay. Always nice when you don't need to take an old one out as well. So let's lower down. There we go. Job done. The last one we've got to do, and that's this main mission complete, is actually just around the corner. Right, let's not fall down the hole now. So I've seen where it's all taped off ahead of us. The last one's there. Again, in a hole, but we've actually got to get into the hole ourselves, I think. Some old ones there as well that can be recycled if we need to. There we go. And there's not one already in place either. So it's just a case of putting this one in its place. getting quite close to that, don't we? I wonder if I should go round. I think we should go round. I don't think I can reach it from here. Does look like that's the intention, although that's quite steep. I can see this going really badly wrong. I don't think I'll reach it from this side though with this crane. I think, can we get through from, I think we can get through that way. Yeah, I don't think we'll reach it from this side. But going round that way, I think we'll end up going in the hole ourselves. So let's go this way. I think we can get past the vehicles here. Yeah, there's a gap. I think we can get through that gap. If I carried on going forwards, I reckon we would have fallen in the hole. And that would have been a nightmare. Especially if we landed on a side or something. Okay, this is going to make it more doable. And there's no pipe to take out of the hole either, it's already no pipe in there, so that makes our life a little bit easier. Okay, anchors away, strap off. Let's get this in and get this mission complete. We've started the day on 60%, I don't know what percentage we're up to so far, but we've got, what, 45 minutes left? We're a 3.5 hour stream. I hope we've got maybe 70% left, or 70% done, I would hope. But I can't go any more further that way. And I can't go any lower. Roll it down the hill though, there we go. That is mission complete. I don't know if Kelly's going to come back to us or not. No, nothing from Kelly. Let's toggle anchors. So that is that mission complete. Now, let's have a look at this. Now we can reset this. So this was the issue, because it was linked to the mission. Although the convoy for the mission was done, to continue this to get the extra rewards, we couldn't restart it, but now we can. So we'll start from the beginning. It may still have issues, we may have to come back to it. But at least it's restarted. Okay, we've got side missions and main. I want to make sure we don't want to complete all the main missions and not do the side, otherwise we'll have to come back. Thank you, Base Viking, join us. Thank you for subscribe as well. Very much appreciated. I hope you have a good rest of your night, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Thank you, Space Viking. Okay, Sawmill. We need wood. And that's actually near where we've got vehicles. We just need a log forwarder there for that. We've still got to pick this car up as well. I reckon we do the wood next. I'm just trying to think. We need to bring a log forwarder over though. But I think there's a chance to try maybe a new log forwarder as well, since I've struggled so much of them. We've got the vehicle to cut stuff down, and if we want to get rid of the stumps we can. We need 15 logs to the sawmill and 10 logs to the warehouse. We have a load already on the floor from clearing this bit anyway, plus there's all this. Yeah, let's get a log forwarder over there and do this one as our next port of call. We need to head back to the industrial base and pick our log forwarder. Now, there is a choice of log forwarders. Ignore kit and DLC, we won't touch those. We start DLC. Is there an easy way of doing this? Yeah, with logs on it. There we go. So we've got the Cronenwork log forwarder there we haven't tried before. The MTK Prosecco 200. I feel like we've got that, but that's the upgraded version. We've got the Greenway 740 Cross, so we struggled with that one to be fair. Although I've struggled with every log forwarder so far. What's this one like? Got more of a flatter base to be fair. And this one, similar to what we've used previously. I don't know why I struggle with them so much, but I really do. We've got this, that's the one we've got. That's either the Prosecco or the Cronenwork. That is 4324 and its stats. 4, that's a 3, 2, 3, 4. So weight of that one's more. Lift weight is 1 ton. That's still 1 ton. Stability is better with this one. Do you know what? Let's give this one a go. I think it's worth a go. We can carry 15 tons on the cargo and lift 1 ton as well. Hopefully it's better than the other ones. We'll give it a go and see what happens. It's one of those where I think I'm always gonna struggle with the log forwarders. But I think it's worth giving it a go. Was it the Prosecco we just bought? It was, wasn't it? So we've got the rusty version of Prosecco. So now we've got the upgraded version. The Greenway Cross was the one we've tried previously. Okay. So we need to go all the way to where we've got the logs already, which is a bit of a drive, but it should take us about 5 minutes to get there, if that. And then we'll pick up the logs on the floor already, see how many there is, and then see how many more we need. I think we'd have a good test of how this vehicle performs just by getting to the destination, and then we'll have to see how we go picking the logs up. It is the crane side I struggle with, I think, more than anything else. Okay, route infrastructure, that request, which is when we fixed the vehicle, has completed. 2 more of those for all the rewards from that one. So we'll see if it managed it second time round without any issues. It's a straightforward journey to where we're going. It's just a case of getting through the mud and the water. The big old chunky tires on, we should be alright in the water, I think. We won't flood the engine or anything. Lots of metal laying around here that we can always grab if we need more. The concrete slab, because the reason we've got so many concrete slabs is it was a mission we did. And the extra rewards were more concrete slabs. And we can't use concrete slabs to make bridges, which is a bit weird, considering we've got loads of them. So I don't know what they're going to be used for, to be fair. Right, how do we go here? If we stay to the left, I think that is a little bit easier to navigate. Mud-wise. I wasn't expecting to fly through the water, it's never bound to, but as long as we don't get stuck, we're all good. There we go. That wasn't too bad, to be fair. I think it performed better in the water than some of the other vehicles have so far. Don't tip over. There we go, we're okay. Took it a bit wide there, to be fair. The turning circle is amazing, as evidenced. That's one of the places we'll be dropping off these logs. Got a mobile base there if we need to pull ourselves out, and on the scout recovery vehicle. How do we do in this bit? Not too bad, to be fair. Other vehicles have struggled with that bit there. This seems to do alright there. So far, so good. Patrick, good morning. How are you this morning? Now, I'm pretty sure, I want to check, but I don't think we can use them. I'm pretty sure these logs that you see in piles aren't usable. No, they don't sharpen as a colour. I did wonder. I thought it'd be a bit too simple if they could be used, to be honest. But it's always worth a check. Right, we're heading just further down this road, and then we'll take a right, and then we'll be there. Where the logs are already cut down. Plus, on top of the logs we've cut down, there'll be some more, there's loads of trees nearby. So we'll see how many we can carry. I'm not going to try and overload it. I probably won't get 15 in one go. We'll see how we go. But I think it's important to do the side missions alongside the main missions, mainly because I don't want to complete the map and have to come back to side missions. Always try and make sure they're done first and foremost. Where possible. Right, we did kind of stack logs together where possible, but we also end up running some over, like these ones here. So, we've got our first logs to pick up here. Let's see how we go. As I say, I've struggled with these kind of cranes previously, so we'll see how this works. I know we need to try and grab from the middle, ideally. Okay. Yeah, I've always struggled with these kind of cranes. Although I do struggle with most cranes, to be fair. Okay. Can't. I think we're in the right position, aren't we? Further forward. There we go. That was. I find that a lot easier than what we've done previously. I don't know why. It just seemed to go better. Doesn't mean they all will. Yeah, I definitely found that a little bit easier to do. I'm trying to make sure we get them in the middle, just because I find that a little bit easier to handle. Okay, it's 2. Definitely going in a lot easier than we have done previously. I don't know whether I've just got better, unlikely, or this vehicle is just easier to control. We may get 15 in, to be fair, for our first load. Which is kind of would be a bonus if we can get them all in one go. This one's a bit smaller, this one, isn't it? I think the flatter bed helps as well, to be fair. I think I need to drop them from a little bit higher height rather than trying opening that grabber next to the others. Yeah, the flatter bed I think does make a difference, whereas the others have been curved and things. Are we there? No, we're still in the air. I thought we was actually there for a minute there. There we go. Yeah, I think I need to drop it rather than go all the way down. I think we'll end up hitting others and causing them to move if you're not careful. Just making sure it's going to go in the right place when you do drop it, that's the thing. There we go. Okay, this one too far away over here. Might just be. No, we can. I think we can reach it. We can. Okay, that's number 5 as well. This is the best I've ever loaded logs. I probably said it too soon, since we need 25 in total. But I feel like this is the best I've ever done with doing them. I've always struggled normally, but actually this is going well. But yeah, I probably have just spoken too soon. Okay, spin it. There we go. Okay, we have another pile just ahead of us there. Let's strap these down while we move. We need to toggle anchors. Next load over here. So what do we got on board? I think that's 5, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 there. 15 for the first delivery, and then 10 after that. And these are ones we cut down as part of another mission. Don't think we've got all 15 here though. I think there's probably 5 or 6 here. Okay, let's go again. So far, it's gone okay. I know there's actually more than 6 here. There's quite a few. Second delivery done. That's more money and more XP there. Only 1 to go, I think, before max rewards there. I wasn't trying to pick more than one up at once, to be honest, but there we go. Okay. This may not go as well. I need to unstrap first, actually. Let's unstrap cargo. There we go. Okay, that one that's slightly off the edge, I probably can move that on a little bit. There we go. So that's 7 now. I don't know if it is the truck that's making this so much easier than normal, or I have just got better. I don't quite know what it is, but so far, so good. Still a little bit fiddly, but definitely better than we've had previously. Right, I think that's 8. Okay, this might be a bit trickier now. Right. We're a little bit too far away, I think, for these, aren't we? But let's toggle anchors. I'll strap everything down, make sure nothing comes off. Get a bit closer and make my life a little bit easier with the crane. Okay, let's try that. So how are you, Patrick? Hope you're well. Okay, getting a bit fiddly, but I think I'm trying to overdo it a little bit there. Okay, I really didn't want 3 at once, but there we go. I've lost count of how many we've got on board though now as well. I'm expecting some of these to get a bit messy when we get these on, especially 3 at once. Come that way, left, left, left. Right, let's see where they land. That's not too bad. Just one out here, we're just going to bring on a little bit more. I'm already on it. I didn't see that. It is difficult to see where you're at sometimes with these. Can I not go any further out? I don't think I can. I think that's it. Okay. Trying to just move that one further on, to be fair. Try and grab this end, maybe. This is when it all gets a bit fiddly, I find. And obviously visibility isn't brilliant. Right, missed it. Just want to grab the end. Let's put it on a little bit more. There we go. No! Definitely dropped that badly. It wasn't what I wanted to do. Too high up. Sometimes you just can't look at the view you want, and you don't know until you try and pick it up. Okay. I have completely lost count, but what we'll do, we'll deliver these and see how many we're short of the 15 needed. I haven't actually tracked the mission, I should really do that as well. There we go. Let's quickly track the mission so it actually comes up. I thought I had pressed the button, but obviously not. That one. There we go. I don't think we'll have to actually unload these once we're there. I think it'll auto do it. Missed it. The one thing I have been playing in my spare time, which I don't have much of, but I mean like for an hour in the evenings, some nights, I've been playing DayZ quite a bit, to be fair. I found a couple of servers I really enjoy. It's a good old game. It was free on PlayStation Plus a little while back. And it's something I hadn't even thought about previously. I know a couple of people have mentioned it to us, as they play it. It's not something I plan on doing on the channel, it's more just for me, kind of thing. Okay, let's try and grab these two. Right. Come on, there we go. We caught up another tree there, didn't we? Right, over everything else. Because rain is just stopping as well, which is the bonus. I'll spin these rounds, otherwise we're going to hit ourselves, I think. There we go. Try not to drop them from too much of a height, because I don't want anything else bouncing around. There we go. I've got a feeling we've probably got 15 here once we get this last two in. This is what we need for the first bit. I still feel that nervous energy whenever I drop one into the truck, in case it messes everything else up. This has gone a lot better than it has previously when we used a log forwarder. I don't know if it is the vehicle itself that's made this so much better. It can't be me, I haven't practiced or anything, so I don't think it's myself that's got better. It's got to be the vehicle, surely. Okay, let's bring this round. Didn't look like I was high enough then for a minute, but we are. There we go. I can't believe how well that has gone, I really can't. Right, that's all the logs we chopped down as part of clearing this pathway earlier. That is all them done. So what we'll do is we'll take those to the sawmill as we're right near it, and then we'll come back and chop down the 10 needed for the next second delivery, and that'll be another mission complete. Try and get out of here without doing anything silly. But yeah, I don't know why that went so well. I don't want to be surprised, but that went so well. We may have just found our new log forwarder vehicle that we'll use going forward then, because the other ones have been poor. Okay, that failed. Let's quickly set that back up again. It's the last vehicle needed to maximise rewards, but we'll just keep sending it back out. I don't need to change the route, as everything else has succeeded, so the route is okay. Just a bit of luck involved in terms of the AI driving. Okay, we do need to turn around when we get a chance. This will be our chance. It hasn't got the best turning circle. That is something I have noticed. But it traverses the ground pretty well. Had no issue with the water and the mud on the way here. So it does pretty well. I think money well spent, to be fair. So yeah, turning circle could be better. Can't have it all though, can we? At least I can use it. That's the main thing. I've struggled with logs previously. We used to get the mule to just kind of do them in the back of its flatbed because it made life easier. Right, I'm hoping it's 15. I think it's either going to be like 13, 14 if it's not the full amount. Okay, that's the sawmill, that's where we're heading into. And then we'll come back and do another 10. We haven't got the crayfish chopping down trees either because we took them all on the heavy transporter, we couldn't fit the mulcher and the crayfish on together. So we've got a different tree harvester that we're using for the minute. Right, here we are. Unstrap. That's saying 9. There we go, 15. Oh, I forgot, it won't take them. Ah, that's annoying. I've got to manually unload them because it won't take them until we've done the other 10. It's either that or I get another forwarder to come and do the other 10. What's the quickest way of doing this? Probably unloading them, isn't it? I was hoping I wouldn't have to unload them, but I think we're going to have to. It won't take them, they have to be in the zone. This is where it all goes wrong, isn't it? Okay, got to manually unload. It won't just take them off for us. All they've got to be is in the zone. So we can literally just drop them next to the truck. As long as they're in the zone, they count. So it actually may not be that slow to unload. As long as we drive out and don't drag any with us. That's the big thing. One fell off, but it still counts, it's fine. That ain't quite going to plan, did it? Well, they just need them to just fall over, really. If we close that, drop us down a bit, and swing that way. That failed again. Let's set that back up again. Same rough place. It keeps failing there, but actually the other vehicles have found it easy. Right, let's ignore them for the minute, get the rest of these off. We may be able to just drive and they'll fall off. That's didn't we? Up and over. So it doesn't matter how they land, as long as they're in the zone, that's all that matters. And that's the last ones. That is. Right, if we now drive, will they fall off? Yeah, I think they... don't know, they're a little bit stuck on us, aren't they? Don't want them to drag the others out of the zone. Nowhere near, am I? It can really deceive you the way it looks sometimes. You think you're right next to it, and you're not. Finish it up. I didn't mean for it to be on the roof, but it rolled down anyway. Right, pick this one up. So you don't want to drag them out of the zone, otherwise they won't count. No. There we go. Okay. That is the first 15 done. Admittedly, I would have liked it if we didn't have to unload them, but we've done it. So, let's head back to where we've got our vehicles. What have we got? About 15-20 minutes of the stream left. Let's see if we can get the 10 needed for the other zone, and that'll be mission complete before we finish today. We've got 15-20 minutes. It's doable. Definitely doable. Right, let's get this back to where they are. I don't know why the camera's zoomed out so far. weird when it does that. See what it's like inside. It's a bit louder inside, isn't it? Okay, there we go. It's failed again. How is it? We've managed, every other vehicle that's done that route has managed it fairly well. And the last one has to struggle. Yeah, one of the benefits of this one is this log forward as well, I've found, other than the fact I can use it. It actually traverses really well. I think the big 6 tyres definitely make a difference. Okay, we can try and put these in a pile so it's easier for us to grab as well. Right, let's swap to our cutter. Cut the first one where we are. Yeah, we're going to try and put these in a pile. This makes life a little bit easier when we try and pick them up, I think. We have got the stump grinder if we want to use it. I don't need that camera. I suppose we just put them there and hopefully we can pick them up from there. So we'll try and put as many in the same place as possible. Which way's forward? That way, okay. I didn't know which way we was meant to be facing. Why is it not giving me the cut there? What am I on? I think I'm on a stump, aren't I? Yeah, there's a stump there. Didn't see that. There we go. So this is number 2 of the 10. Where did we process the other one? Over there. There we go. Okay. Next. These big ones aren't showing up as being able to be cut, to be fair. Why are the big ones not showing up as trees? Where's the green around them? Yeah, that one there. Yeah, doesn't show up as one that's able to be cut. For whatever reason, some can't be cut. That one there can be though. Number 3 of our 10. If I want this process near the others, we'll have to get a bit closer to where they are. But yeah, a lot of the trees we thought we could process here, we actually can't cut, so... I'll make sure that's close to the other one. That one able to be cut? It can be, if we're close enough. What are we... Let's say what we're stuck on. There we go. Just needed to edge it a little bit forward, which will allow us to cut it. The infrastructure is done, so that is now that set of missions fully complete. We knew we'd get there eventually. The others all managed it at the end of the day. Yeah, the really big thick trees you can't cut. I suppose it's because how thick they are, to be fair. Have lost count. We've done what we've done. 1, 2, 3. I think there's a fourth there. But this is number 5. Number 5 probably wasn't in the best position, to be fair. Right, can these on the left be cut? They can. Number 6. Didn't like. Are we close enough? I think we're just not quite close enough. We're at full reach. I think we are. Not liking it. Bring that back. We'll move forward a little bit. That enough? There we go. Just need that slight movement forward. So that's number 6. 4 more needed to be cut, and then we can try and pick them all up. Okay, one to the left can also be done. It's always good when you can do quite a few without moving too far. Makes life a little bit easier when you don't have to do anything other than just go forward a little bit. Anyone near the others? There we go. There's another one just to our left here. Don't think we're quite close enough though, are we? I weren't sure which way was forward and which way was back then. Right, get up here a little bit closer. There's probably 3 trees here we can do all near enough once. I've lost count again. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I think now. This will be number 8. Okay. 2 more needed. Once it shows up green, it will automatically swing over once you press it. Isn't too bad. So 1 more after this, and then we just pick them all up, and I think that's 10. And the next lot it won't have to unload because we'll just be in the zone of them. We'll take them when the order completes. Alright, 1 more needed, and I think that is all for this mission anyway. Can it reach that one from here? Went green, but yeah, I think we can. We will be on for 10 minutes to see if we can get this one done. We can. Thanks for the like videos, much appreciated. 10 minutes to try and finish this mission. 3.5 hours today has flown by. It really has. Kathy, good morning. How are you? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm still struggling a little bit with the back, but I'm okay. How are you? Hope you're well. Okay, that's our 10 logs. Unless I've messed up my counting, I'm pretty sure that's our 10 logs done. We now just need to pick them up and take them for delivery. Just going to move this out of the way. There's no my luck. I don't crash into it. Let's see if we can still carry on doing well with our new log forwarder, because I'm amazed at how well it's done so far. Good. Glad you're good. Right. In fact, what we'll do, we'll go up this side where there's no stumps. Stumps fall on the left-hand side of the trees themselves, where they were felled, so we can go this side and there's no stumps. Okay. Hopefully, this goes off as well as it did the first time round. That's the hope. Right, it's a small one down here. Okay, number one. Try not to lose count this time. Okay, twisting more than I would like, but it should be okay. Right, this one's on top of some of the others, so we'll try and grab this one next. There we go. I can't believe how much different this machine feels to the other log forwarders we've used and failed at. It just feels so much easier to use. I don't actually know why. I can't say exactly what it is that makes it so much easier to use. Don't want to get to the end of the other one there with it. There we go. Number 3. So good. Go, number 3. Might need to move forward, I think. Maybe get one more, and then I think we'll move forward. Just so we're not overstretching ourselves trying to grab them. This is number 4. To the side a little bit. There we go. Number 4. Right. Put them down. Anchors in. Just come further this way a little bit. Okay. Unstrap. Anchors. Okay, might be able to do both of these together. Maybe. Two together, nice. It's over. As I say, it just seems to be going smoothly for once. That way, really. I've always struggled with cranes anyway, but also log forwarders, so pleasantly surprised. Maybe wasn't low enough when we dropped that off. Gonna get the end of this one. No, don't get that on. Can't quite get it. Right. Can't quite get it. I don't want to catch the others, but we just need to pull this one on a little bit. Come on. Ah. Come on. Can't seem to pick up. Okay. No, we're gonna mess all. I'm gonna mess all the others up now. Doing exactly what I was trying not to do, is mess around with all the. There we go. Now we've got 2 off. It was going so well. My own fault. I was just trying to get this one on. Right, we got 1 of them. That's the original one was trying to put back on properly, I think. As well. Okay, 1 more I need to put back on because we've kind of had it fall off. Don't think I can pick it up from here, can I? Maybe. Obviously I don't want to upset the other logs. Which is what I think we're about to do. No! That one's now falling out. Why is it you try and fix one problem and you cause more? We are rocking a little bit as well on this bed as well. Okay. I was further back than I would have liked, to be honest. I'm gonna have issues grabbing this one, aren't I? Because of that one there. Just knocked another one off as well. Right, I think the easy way of doing this is drive forward a little bit. The ones that fall off, and we'll pick them back up in a second. It is a slope as well, which isn't helpful. But we'll pick those up in a second. Otherwise we'll be here forever just trying to pick up the ones we've already picked up once. Right, I've not put the anchors down just because these two are actually in the way of the anchors. So we'll try and pick them up and move them before we put anchors down. Come on, it was going oh so well. I knew I'd spoiled it by saying how well it was going. Anchors are out. Okay, we still have, what's that, 3 on board I think so far. Okay, let's unstrap, drop. Wow. How did that one fall straight off? I did say it was going really well, and now it's not. Right, how many have we got on there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, it is the amount we need. We're already over the running time, but I want to try and get this done. As we are very close to getting the mission complete, it makes no sense to leave it now. So we'll extend a little bit just as we try and finish this one off. Okay, that's another one in. Obviously being on the slope isn't really helpful, but it's doing okay at the minute. I think I'm just trying to be a bit too quick. I think that's some of the issue. We'll slow it down a little bit, like we were at the start of doing these. Right, can we grab this one as well? And then we'll have to move for the others. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm rushing it a little bit, and that's causing us a few issues. We just need to slow it down a bit. Okay, strap cargo, anchors. 3 more to put on now. That's all we need is these last 3. I'm going to go this side of them. I know it's the other side of what we've been doing. There we go. Right, I'm going to move that first one in case it's in the way of the anchors. And then we just need to drive these to the drop-off point, and that'll be the mission complete for the sawmill. Not the sawmill, it's not the sawmill we're going to the other place. Okay. Anchors. Strap. Again, I'm not rushing it. I think that's where I go wrong. Two to go. Yeah, it's less than two. Drop-off points less than 200 meters away, so it's not like we're going to go far. Once we've got them all loaded. Right, penultimate log. Unless we've miscounted, admittedly. I don't think we have. Okay, final log needed. Really hoping I haven't miscounted. But yeah, this is definitely... I do think the change in vehicle is definitely the right decision. The vehicle definitely has helped. Can't tell you what has helped, but it definitely feels like it's helped. Come on. Now, we've had our moments of struggling with this, but actually, gone pretty smoothly, all things considered. That way. Okay, strap cargo, perfect. Bulge crane, anchors. Let's get this delivered then. So we're heading... why is it showing that one? We are heading to the warehouse. So literally back down that way. And we are good to go. And that'll be the last thing we do today. Is get this mission complete at the warehouse. Now this did traverse the mud pretty well on the way here. So hopefully the mud we have to pass through going back, it will traverse it just as well. So it's actually, I think, 500 metres away, this one, delivery point, because we've already done the 15 at the sawmill. So it's just the warehouse to do it to. Good 10. And that'll be 25 logs delivered in total. I'm really hoping there's 10 on the back of here. If I've miscounted, we've messed up massively, because it means a long journey back. Not a long journey, but far enough that it's annoying. There's a stump there. I was going to cut the corner, but there's a stump right in the way. Yeah, it seems to traverse the mud pretty well, which is good. It definitely doesn't feel the most powerful, but it just seems to just keep going. Chugging away. Just the turning circle, that's the problem. But the biggest change I've noticed I've really liked in the last patch was the fact that now infrastructure missions, when complete, disappear. That is so much of a big change that actually it makes a massive difference. Because previously they were still on there, and you just leave convoys running half the time. Whereas now you know you've got all the rewards have gone. It's a lot better, I think. Right, that was the mud patch. That was the worst what we're going to travel through to get these delivered. Just on our right hand side here is our delivery point. We're just going to drive and sit in the circle, and that should be mission complete. Unless you need to manually do it, which you might need to. There we go, mission complete. And now we're going to do a route. I know there's more to it. We're not going to have time to do it now, but we now need to designate a route from where to where? The Sawmill, going to... Where are you going to? Oh, production facilities. No chance. If I send a route up doing that, that mud patch there, they'll foul immediately. And then this water here, they'll probably foul as well. Which means we may need to deal with that before we set this route up. Which we haven't got time for today. Yeah. Okay. What we'll do first thing tomorrow morning, as we're back live with RoadCraft tomorrow morning, we'll set this route off and see if it has an issue. If it has an issue here or here, then we'll have to adjust. But we'll set it off and see what happens, and we'll go off and do more. So mission-wise, we've still got more to do. There's 3 more side missions. 2 more side missions plus the one we're in the middle of doing. And then 3 main missions as well. And we're still on the second third of this map as well. We started the day on 60%. How much have we done? So this was a change to schedule as well. We were originally going to do Death Stranding 2 today and Thursday, but I had a thought last night. Well, actually, let's focus on RoadCraft as we have finished the story of Death Stranding 2. I think it's unlikely we'll platinum it, as I think that will get quite tedious trying to get a thing to 5-star. But we'll see. But as it stands, we at 60%. I can't move. Why can I not move? There we go. 71%. We've done 11% today. There are 7 more main missions to do, 4 more side objectives, and 7 more infrastructure requests. Although infrastructure doesn't count towards 100%. But 7 more main and 4 more side. That's not bad, to be fair. I think we're doing pretty well. So 11% today. I think that's pretty good going. And then we've got Sojourn and Kernel to do before we start the DLC maps as well. We are 84 hours in. Wow. Company. Did it actually say how many hours? Just 84. 84 hours as it stands. 5 of 10 maps complete. But that is us today. A massive thank you guys for joining us. It's very much appreciated. And thank you for understanding the change in the schedule and how that's worked out. As I say, we're back tomorrow with more RoadCraft. The episodic content starts again today. Now the summer's over and I've had a bit more chance to get things done. So Far Cry New Dawn continues this afternoon. I can't remember what time I put it on the schedule, to be fair. 6 PM this evening, Far Cry New Dawn continues. If you haven't seen the series yet, check out the playlist of Far Cry New Dawn as well. And we'll be back tomorrow morning with more RoadCraft. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you in our live stream very soon. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.